And those words that kick off every Thursday evening. Buonasera a tutti. Good evening, everybody. It is February 12th, Thursday, February 12th, 2026, just past 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Rob time. And I am glad to see everybody back. Congratulations, first and foremost, obviously, to Rob and the not pictured, but hopefully will be on one day, Shane of our other show, Football After Hours.
We're planning that as we speak. Don't worry about it. We're working on it.
Their Seattle Seahawks took it over the Patriots on Sunday in a game that a lot of people, I didn't understand the discourse on that. There were a lot of people who thought that was a boring game, who didn't love it. I really enjoyed that game. I love defensive football, as y'all know.
I hated it. Even as a Seahawks fan, I hated it. That game sucked. That was terrible football. That was awful. I'm not joking. I thought the first half was okay. And then the second half, I was like, I'm bored out of my mind eating chips.
They had you in the first half, not going to lie.
Okay, keep in mind, the two Seahawks Super Bowls, I think, are the two worst Super Bowls in modern history. The two ones that the Seahawks have won, I think, are the two worst ones in modern history.
Forgive me. The first one that they won, was that the one that was 43-8?
Yeah, yes. They blew Denver out the water.
They blew Denver in the first play. And then I think this one, so those are my two worst. Well, those two, and then the Rams-Patriots game, which really sucked, to be fair, in hindsight, but whatever. Doesn't matter.
That was a 13-3 one, right?
It was 13-6, I believe, was the final for that one.
Ew.
Yeah.
So it's safe to say that Rob just does not like defensive games.
It is. It's that, but it also is like, bro, I want a game to be tight in a Super Bowl.
That's
like, for God's sake, man. Like, these are the two best teams in both of the conferences. Like, at least give us a game where we have some kind of nail biter in the fourth quarter. Like, bruh.
Well, it's funny because on both these shows, but particularly on Football After Hours, and then I'll bring in Brandon obviously right after this, but I'm just gonna say it's funny to me how every week of this whole season we said we don't know what any of these teams are. We don't know what any of these teams are. We just watched the Super Bowl. I'm still not sure I know what the Patriots were.
Okay, the Patriots were obvious. They were a roster that overachieved, that has a really good quarterback and a solid enough defense that wasn't ready for the Super Bowl. The Seahawks, by week 17, by the end of week 17, we knew they were the best team by far, and it wasn't really that close. So we kind of knew the whole way through that Seattle, at bare minimum, was going to get to the Super Bowl. Everyone in my area who isn't doesn't watch football until the Seahawks get to the damn Super Bowl. They were like, they were a lot of my friends that I know were like, what do you think about the Seahawks this season? Are we going to win the whole thing? I'm like, dude, if we don't win the whole thing, I'll burn the whole city down. It's that stupid. Like, I genuinely knew that we were going to win.
That was us last year. Same thing. It was like, we knew.
It was basically, I told pretty much everyone I knew that wasn't like plugged in as we were. I was like, dude, if we don't win, we should riot because it would be stupid. Like, it'd be stupid. Like,
I mean, let me think. 1994, 2011. You guys are about due for another riot up there. So,
well, it's Vancouver. It's not us. That's the thing.
I know, but PNW is kind of one.
That's not Vancouver. It doesn't count. It's Canada. We don't count.
Close enough. Close
enough.
Yeah.
All right. Introduce Brandon. Let's get good.
Yes, there we go. And of course, bringing in my buddy Brandon Furtado. Brandon, how you doing? And looking forward to hearing your thoughts on everything we have to talk about tonight.
Yeah. I'm doing good. I feel good for some reason. I almost feel refreshed now that the season's officially over.
Yeah.
It's weird. Like, I know we're gonna take a break from Football After Hours for a little bit, but it's like I almost feel ready to go again just because I'm just like, that season was so drunk that I really don't know, how to describe it. And if there's one thing I'll say about the Super Bowl was I do like defensive Super Bowls. I was fine with the first quarter, but then once we started getting towards halftime, like 3-4 minutes left in the half, I'm like, oh Lord, I'm like, this game sucks. I'm like, somebody do something.
I know, somebody do something. Right? No, you're right, Brandon. But by the way, I knew when it was 9-0 that the game was over.
Oh, so did I.
I knew by 9-0, I was like, this is over. Like, it's over.
It wasn't just what the score was; it was how they got to what the score was.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Drake May made Joe Burrow against the Rams look like he had about 3.5 seconds in the pocket.
Yeah. Well, okay. Since we're talking about the Super Bowl, do you guys want to hear my parade experience? Because it was crazy.
Yeah,
was
go
the
ahead.
next thing I was going to ask you.
Okay. Seattle was drunk yesterday, and it was drunk in a lot of good ways and a lot of really bad ways. You know what, Brandon? Every time I go to Seattle, I think of you. Like I go downtown. You know why? Because
Why?
you always say, I love New Jersey, but I also hate New Jersey with a passion. That's exactly how I feel about Seattle. Every time I go into the city, I'm like, oh my God, I love this city. And the moment I leave, I'm just like, oh, I hate the city so much.
Yeah.
I hate it because, and I hate our whole area. Like I really do. I hate the suburb I'm in. I hate it. I love it, but I hate it. I genuinely hate it. Like,
Yeah.
I love that I live here, but I also hate it. And I felt that yesterday. So here's the thing. The parade was really fun. We were right by like a cinema. I got there really, really early. I left my house at 5:40 in the morning. I got on the 6:11 train down to Westlake, which is like, again, kind of around our area. Westlake to, so here's the thing. I was planning on going to the Space Needle first, getting a photo of the Space Needle, and then walking back because I wanted to be at the end of the parade, which is like 4th and Cedar area. So you cross, so basically it's 4th Avenue, 5th Avenue, so 3rd, 4th, 5th Avenue, right? So 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th Avenue, really straightforward. 5th Avenue is where the Space Needle is. So I was trying to get there, and all I had to do is cross one street to 4th, and I'm at the end of the parade. The parade ended basically at the Space Needle, at the observatory, which is such a cool place. So that was my plan. So I take the train to Westlake and be like, all right, let's go to the monorail. To walk into the monorail, you either have to walk into a mall, like a giant-ass mall, which is weird, or you can take a couple escalators and you're up the thing. And you're in the monorail. The monorail is great. I love it to death. It's like my favorite part of transportation in all of Seattle area because it's like gets you to Space Needle super easily. It's one stop. It's 3 minutes. No big deal. Also gets you to Climate Pledge Arena where the Kraken play, where the UFC fights are. I'm gonna go to the weigh-in again in a month. I've been planning on that for months to go back to the weigh-in again. Which Brandon knows there's some great fights. Israel Adesanya is going to be at that card. So I want to go see him and go to the weigh-in. So I'm going to do that next month. But so the monorail in a day where a lot of people are saying, hey, let's get there early. Let's get a good spot. It was closed. It was closed. And people were trying to get to work too. It was closed for some stupid ass reason. I was like, oh my God. So guess what I did? I walked like 40 minutes to Pike Place. Well, not 40 minutes, like less than that to Pike Place, took a picture of Pike Place, and then walked basically 40 minutes to find my spot at the parade. And I sat there for about 4 hours, met some good people. Then my friend came around 10. I got lost trying to get us back into the spot because I'm not aware of where I'm going ever. But I got back into the spot. We sat there for like another couple of hours. So in total, I sat there for about 6 hours waiting for them to go.
goodness.
Which is heck, if you're gonna do this, you got to be prepared for that, right? You got to have patience. You got to do it. Like if you're gonna do this, you got to commit. So that's what it is. So then noon comes around and all the buses come through, and it's Army tankers. They're in like Army. I'm not joking. If you see the pictures, they're not Army tankers, but it's like an Army truck. So it's like the front of the like it's kind of, it's a truck with a bend at the back where a bunch of people can just sit on it, right? You know what I mean? But it's Army National Guard people. Duh. I mean, obviously. The risk of getting shot at a parade has gone up. By the way, if you guys remember, Philly last year, 2 people died.
Yeah.
Kansas City, 2 people died. I think in the last 4 parades, 2 people have died at each parade. I was telling my parents that I'm like, I'm prepared to die. I don't care. I'm going anywhere. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die. I'll die a happy man. It's good. Like, if I get shot, I get shot for a happy reason. Like, I was being honest with them. I was like, cool. But by the way, Seattle Police, the Army Department, fantastic job. I was really scared of something awful happening at that parade. It was the most organized, most easy, most like just get to your spot and you're gonna be safe. Don't push people around. You're gonna be safe. They did with that being said, of how concerned I was of actually dying at this event, which I was, even if the percentage was low. Amazing job. I felt safe the whole time. Amazing. Fantastic job. So yeah, they're like in army trucks. But the first truck that came by, Richard Sherman, Jim Zorn, like the legends. They had a legends truck, and I saw Richard Sherman just going nuts, and it was hilarious. God. McDonald was great. McDonald was holding up the NFC title. Ernest Jones, I think, was holding up the Super Bowl trophy, so I got to see Lombardi trophy in person finally. Thank God. I haven't seen it in person ever, so to say that I've finally seen it in person, and I hope to hold it at some point one day with you guys, we'll do that at some point. But to finally see it was cool. And then, yeah, Sam Darnold was going crazy for some reason. I've never seen him going. He walks up and he's like, yeah. I'm like, dude, you never smile in your life. I've never seen this guy. I've watched this guy play since he was like 17 years old. He's the most calm, demeanored guy ever.
Gingers have no souls. That's why.
They have and so to see him just go crazy and next to Cooper Kupp in person, I realized this on TV, but Cooper Kupp in person has the best haircut in human history. It's so random. It's so random, but I love it.
Yeah.
It's so random. So, hey,
he's got his beard though. His beard's insane.
I love his beard. I love his beard.
He looks like a mountain. He looks homeless.
Anyway, so I'm part of the camp where Cooper Kupp should be a Hall of Famer. Not a first ballot, but he should be in at some point down the line. It's just his football IQ. I went back and watched the Mic'd Up. If you guys haven't, go watch that. Go watch the NFL Game Day Access Mic'd Up. The Super Bowl ones are always the best ones because you just see the intensity of what these guys go through. Cooper Kupp has such awareness of everything he does on a football field. He thinks like a quarterback, and it's freaky. It's honestly just so freaky. But again, that was kind of one of the things I noticed from the Mic'd Up is that Seattle knew what they were doing from snap one. They were just so much better prepared, like top to bottom, to win this game, and it was obvious. As we talk about on FAH, as Shane said, Mike McDaniel or McDonald's, excuse me, Jesus, I always mess that up. He knows. I
do the same thing, and I think I'm probably going to be doing it 10 years from now.
Yeah, even though one of them has a ring and one doesn't. Anyway, but regardless, he just knew what he was doing for those 2 weeks. As Shane said, you give them 2 weeks, they're going to be prepared, and they were overly prepared. As I saw in those mic'd ups, I was like, oh my God, they're noticing even the small little details. It was crazy. Anyway, so we all kind of disperse out of there after 40 minutes of buses just going by and me losing my voice screaming like a little kid. It was fun.
That's awesome, bro.
We go to the light rail station, where our trains are. No organization at all. It's basically just a giant ass mosh pit of people, and there's only one train every 15 minutes.
Yeah.
So you can barely get out, and we're just sitting there going, shouldn't they have figured this out better? And it makes it even worse for the light rail system when the commissioner of our sound transit system gets paid like a quarter of, I don't even know, like $200 million, something crazy, maybe 20 million. This dude, I'm probably over embellishing the numbers, but he makes a crap ton of money. Okay. Everybody at our community transit, the heads of them make giant amounts of money. So they need to better plan for these situations, and they don't. It's unbelievably stupid. It was understaffed. I couldn't even have imagined working that day on the light rail system, even security. That sounds like hell. Just the amount of people that were trying to get out. So you know what? We said, screw it. We walked like 30 minutes to Capitol Hill, or I think 30, 40 minutes. And we got ramen, like really good Japanese ramen. And and then we left. And even though I left like 2 hours later, or it was like 3:30, so we were done at like 1:10. Yeah, so 2 hours later, essentially, the bus was still packed. I mean, they didn't know what they didn't know, or the train was still packed. They just didn't know what they were doing, and it was really upsetting because everything else was so good. Like Seattle Police Department was again top notch. Army National Guard top notch. Again, felt unbelievably safe, which is rare, I think, for something like this. And then to just see another part of our of that process, Sound Transit. By the way, our like governor or mayor, or the police department, somebody at some high-ranking official said, "Don't drive your car, take public transit." So when you say that, we expect public transit to work normally. Right. And even my friend who was coming to the parade with me, he got there. We were supposed to meet there at like 8:30. He got there at 10:40 because his bus was delayed like an hour and 30 minutes. I mean, it's just, and he's like, what, an hour, like 40 minutes up the road from me, or from my location. I mean, it's despicable. It's despicable to have an event that's that big where they expect over 1 million people. I cannot wait to see what the numbers were.
Just wait for the World Cup here at MetLife.
And that was the other thing I was gonna say. That was the other part I was gonna say is people are talking about, when are we gonna get a Super Bowl here? I'm like, we cannot handle a Super Bowl here. We just can't. Our traffic can't handle a Super Bowl here. Our transit system can't handle a Super Bowl. You're not, and yeah, the World Cup. That was another thing I thought about. We're thinking about it for your city. I'm thinking about it for mine. I don't think we're going to handle it. I don't think we're going to know what the heck we're doing in however at the summer, whatever. I'm not going to count the months. Summer. We're not going to know what the heck we're doing.
Like, just wait for it, especially here. NJ Transit,
because you have the final. That's the thing. You have it worse than I do. You have the final of the World Cup.
NJ Transit can barely run properly on a normal Tuesday in the middle of the year, on like a random September day, whatever it is.
Jiminy Cricket.
So you're asking NJ Transit to basically be responsible for damn near tens of millions of people, because it's soccer. It's not American football. It's soccer. It's a worldwide game. So you're asking them to handle all those people. It's not gonna happen. There's gonna be. I guarantee you, half the state is gonna be involved in highway crashes. Uber drivers not being able to get to their locations. Like, this is gonna be a disaster. There's no way this World Cup here is going to, the final is going to run smoothly. There's no shot in hell it's going to run smooth at all.
And yeah, you have other games there too. We have like 2 weeks of, I think, group stages, a couple round of 16 games. But the biggest thing for you to worry about is the final, because you're talking about millions, billions, probably 1 billion people, close to 1 billion. 800 million people probably, and you've going to your area.
And you already in this area have a big community of, obviously, Italians. Italians love their soccer, and the Portuguese.
Right.
So not for nothing, when you've got already that many, and you should see what Ferry Street in Newark looks like, on a random Portugal game day, like for like a Euro game or whatever it is, or for a World Cup or whatever it is.
Or so a qualifier, or a Nations League, something
even
crazy.
Even for a qualifier down in Newark, the place is jam-packed. You can't even drive through there. So if Portugal is anywhere near here, you won't be able to go anywhere.
You can barely drive through New York on a normal day.
You'll be stuck in your house. You will literally, I'm going to open my door and see a parade of cars down my block, because it's going to be like, there's nowhere for people to go.
Yeah, I thought about it even for, again, we have a few group stage matches, a round of 16 game, I think, maybe a quarter. I know we have one or two of the games for Seattle is U.S. men's national team games. That's going to be crazy. I mean, it was crazy for the Gold Cup when they were here. It was crazy. Like, it's gonna be crazy. Like, I was thinking about it, even like I was like, oh my god, how are they gonna? I don't even know. So yeah, I'm really upset with transit systems across this country. Like, be better, guys. Like, this is stupid.
Right.
People rely on this stuff. I rely on this stuff a lot. Do better, guys. This is stupid. This is dumb. Like, be prepared, especially if you're in, especially as I said, our high ranking officials were like, please take public transit. Please, for the love of God, take public transit. If you want us to take public transit for big events like this, because it's the common sense thing to do, because driving is stupid. We had people next to us who said, we drove and parked a block away. Lucky. I'm stunned that they did that.
You're lucky.
Lucky. But regardless, it's I have another complaint. Speaking of this, sorry, Scoop. I have a couple more complaints.
All right, I just want to let you know that we do have some comments coming in, so I'll wait until you're done and then I'll get to that.
Okay, sweet.
I just didn't want them to think that I was ignoring them or wasn't seeing them.
Right. Okay. So that's the biggest thing. Seattle Public Schools, you're a bunch of idiots. I don't understand this. I don't understand why this happened back when we won the first time. Why was I in school? I'm still pissed about that all these years. That was part of the reason I went to this. I told my mom, I was like, I'm pissed at you guys for not letting me go or letting me stay home. So because of that, I'm actually going to go to this one because I don't know when I'm going to get another chance. And by the way, I'm not. If the Seahawks win again, I'm not going to another one. The one-time thing, I'm done.
Yeah, one's
I'm
enough.
Not,
yeah.
One's enough. I'm not doing this again. The only time I'm ever gonna do this again is if the Mariners win, or if the Canucks win. I'll go up to Vancouver for that. That's it. That's the only two I'm gonna go to. That's the only
If
two
the
I have.
Mariners ever win the World Series, I may have to go to that because
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my God, our city. If you thought our city imploded yesterday, seeing all these photos, a Mariners one. Oh my God. So Seattle Public Schools, there's literally no reason for you to say that, like, oh, this will be an unexcused absence. You're idiots for that. Just genuinely, you're idiots for that. People care about their attendance being perfect, but guess what? This is a special occasion. It doesn't happen every year. The idea that schools are still open for this is insane, especially when they.
It happens for all the teams, though. Like even for Philadelphia, it happened. Well, Philadelphia's weird.
No. Last year, I remember this vividly because we talked about it. Last year, Philadelphia schools were closed.
Yeah, I don't think for the first one they were. I think for last year they knew better and they prepared better for it. So I think last year they were closed.
Right.
The first one, I don't remember them being closed.
Yeah.
But yeah. But this happened even when the Yankees won the World Series because everybody in this part of Jersey and into New York City is a Yankee fan pretty much, and everybody had school the next day, school or work. It was like why the parade is happening? We all want to go.
It's I saw this on, I think it was Twitter or something or Instagram. There's a level. This is gonna sound stupid, but there's a level of civic duty to go to these parades or at least be a part of being a part of a city. There's a level of civic duty to it that I think is unbelievable. I'll read this from Pro Football Talk. So Seattle Public Schools said that parade attendance will not be considered an excused absence. Many students and teachers, thank you, didn't care. Good job, guys. School officials told the Seattle Times that thousands of students and hundreds of staff skipped school for the parade. The district estimated that 12,000. I'm going to round this up. So basically 12,700 students and 663 staff members were absent. And by the way, this is just for Seattle Public Schools, not the surrounding area, not my district and then school district. They're just about Seattle. So they were just the superintendent was like, did some families take their kids to March? Were some kids sick? They were trying to say that kids were sick as well. It's like, no, they weren't. Even if they were sick, they went there. You're an idiot for thinking you're an idiot for thinking kids were actually sick yesterday. Idiots. Honestly, idiots. Can we make this a government thing? We need to go to the high levels of government and say, if a professional, like a really big professional sports team wins a parade, schools and work are closed, it's a holiday in the city. We need to do this around the country because this is stupid.
I would go even further in the state, whatever state you're in.
Yes, because this is stupid. I will take an extra day of school in June just for this. Any day of the week. This is stupid.
I will say the only issue that I think there might be with Brandon, you said state, for example. We both know that New Jersey, South Jersey is all Philly fans.
Yes.
So they're going to get screwed out of that because they live 15 minutes off the border. And again, it's 100 other places you could have talked about. It just was the first one that came to my mind. Like
that is true, but just for the state. Like, if you're a New Jersey guy and want to travel to Philly for the parade, go and do it. You have all the merits to do it.
Either that or make it like a distance thing. Like, if you're less than 2 hours away from it or something like that.
Sure, fine. That's good. But again, all I'm saying is this is stupid. And you know what I also heard as a claim for why Seattle public schools should stay open is so that adults have babysitters for parents who want to go to the parade. Screw off. I'll take my 4-year-old to a parade.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. It was asinine. Last time, okay, whatever. 700 people made it, or 700,000 people made it there. It was 20-degree weather. It was awful. I remember how cold it was that day. This time around, it was 50. We were right in front of the sun. It was fine. We were good the whole way through. Seattle Public Schools, screw you. You're idiots. Anyone who decided anyone who decided to take their kid out of school, good job, good on you. Any kid who got forced to go there probably did what I did when I was 13 years old, which was, you know what I did, guys? I colored a coloring book and watched the parade for 6 hours. That's literally all I did at my school. Literally all I did. And by the way, I'll quickly finish with this. They decided, hey, we're going to do it. We're going to make it a half day now. The half day ends at 11 o'clock. The parade's over at 2 o'clock. It makes no sense. And everyone's packed there already by 11. So what's your point? It's so stupid. We need to do I'll call out Donald Trump. Donald Trump, do this, and everyone will be happy with you. This is stupid.
Do this.
This is so stupid that this still
really
exists.
I agree with you on that.
That we are letting any workplace work on a day like yesterday is asinine. It's just stupid. So yeah, I think that there we go. My rant's over. Seattle Public Schools, you suck.
Love it.
There you go.
Love it. That's the closest we've ever had to getting Kurt Valenti on this show. But with that, really appreciate that, Rob, and I obviously very much agree with you on a lot of what you said. But again, really happy and excited for you that you got to have that experience, and I look forward to hearing more about it. I mean, you sent some awesome pictures. I saw you posting them on the What's the Scoop Instagram, which if you're not following it,
by the way, I couldn't post anything during the parade because we were being smushed. So it's like, I'm going to do it before.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, go check this out on our Instagram. Go promote.
Yeah, for those of y'all who haven't seen it, it's at What's the Scoop by K&K. K&K being spelled out KANDK. And what just happened to Brandon?
He just died. We all died and went to heaven after our school thing.
What the? Come on.
There you go. What happened?
Restream bugged out. It's been bugging out since we've started.
Yeah, Restream's been having and I'm going to address this right now with everybody who's watching right now, or people who were already on earlier. I don't know what's going on with Restream tonight, but the chat is
bugged.
The chat's buggy, so I'm actually having to individually go to every single one of our channels individually to check the chats on each one. As Brandon just pointed out with his thing. So apologize, and I hope that's not interrupting the viewing and watching experience for anybody out there, but thank you for bearing with us. We've got a bunch of comments to get to, so I'm going to catch up on those real quick. Trevor Salzman's turning in and said, "What's up, Swifty Scoops and boys? How you doing, Trevor? Good to see you." Speak of the devil, Kurt turned in and said, "What's up, boys? What a move for Alvarado." That would be in the NBA. He's talking about Jose Alvarado. Don't drink the Pistons Kool-Aid. Oh, that's a great segue
and Jeremy Sohan going there too. Jesus,
the
Knicks had a good week.
I was so tilted earlier. I was like, that's the one place I didn't want Sohan to go. But then winning the whole thing, boys. You know what, Kurt? You say that enough years in a row, it's bound to happen eventually.
Yeah.
Great show. You guys are awesome. Yes, 100% should be off and closed. If not, you call out. Keep getting fired up. I love it. Just like me, Scoops, the more fired up, the better. Yeah, of course he would be. And then Mr. Hathaway says, every time a team wins a championship, cancel school. Are you serious?
Yeah.
And then going to go back to a couple of others and then Kurt closed it out with you go to Parade 100%. And then on our YouTube, we have Brian Barnaby tuning in. Said,
yeah, Barnes, baby.
What's good, fellas? How's the Madden League going? I actually have to play my second.
It's hell. The Madden League is hell. It's really fun, but it's hell. EA's really quick. I played my game today, and my secondary is just terrible. I tried to do so. I'm trying to do realistic sliders, and it's a mess. I have to keep trying to fix it. It's terrible. Like the slider set is
in the middle of the season.
Oh yeah, I've already made changes to it. I'm gonna make one more change. Basically, I'm gonna move a bunch of things around. Anyway, so Shane and Brandon play their game, and EA servers are so bad. Players are moving in molasses. It's a fun league. Don't get me wrong, we're having a fun time with it, but it's just a mess. It's just been a mess. We're only 2 weeks into the season.
It's gonna be really interesting to see how the rest of this season goes, because like I don't expect to win every single game. I don't expect to be like the Patriots and then go all the way. I mean, obviously, and not lose the Super Bowl, but like I don't expect to win every week. But I'm just like, I literally had a week where like that game against Shane, where when we played, like for the first half of the game. Like, and usually, well, not to put Shane on blast, but like out of the four of us, I think I'm the best on the sticks. But I think that, like, you know, we're sitting there, the two of us playing against each other, and we're texting as the game's going on, like in between like a touchdown or whatever, a kickoff, because we have like those. Like,
I don't know how you do seconds.
That. Yeah, me neither. That's wildly impressive. If I'm playing a game, like actually playing it out, my phone is like on another piece of furniture.
Were you guys on Discord during it?
No.
Okay.
When you
that would have been fun as hell.
Yeah, when you saw us texting in the chat, that was legitimately us going back and forth.
I was trying to figure out what the hell was going on. I was so confused.
But it's like, but it was like literally like Shane would make a mistake, and then on the very next drive, I would take over after like a punt or a. Oh, also punting is broken in this. There's no reason why a punter should be booting the ball 80 yards down the field every single time.
Why are you punting anyway?
Broken.
Go on fourth.
Like, well, I mean, the thing is
punt because strategy. Strategy.
He's not going to go for a 4th and 30.
Exactly.
So,
I mean, if you're at 4th and 30 to begin with, you got bigger problems.
Yeah.
Yeah, the problems are the servers is the issue. That's the problem.
Electronic Arts hasn't had good servers since I was 11 years old.
Yeah, Shane literally was like it's a combination of the servers being crap, but you just calling good defensive plays. I'm like, thank you, because I actually kind of know what I'm doing. But it's like but the thing was like as we're sitting there playing it, like I would get the ball back immediately after he'd punt the ball. The very first play, wide open receiver, no one around him, and it's like in old Maddens. Drops weren't a thing. Like the guy will literally it'll hit him right in the chest. Drop. I will tell you really quick. And I made this change. Receiver catching was at 35, so I moved it up to 50. That's why everybody was dropping the ball. Oh my!
You had it on AJ Brown settings.
But 35 is meant to be realistic, so you should catch if you're wide open.
It's not.
How is that realistic? These guys have sticky stuff all over their gloves anyway.
The thing is, so 35 is meant to be basically how it's meant to be used. Is that if you're contested, you're not going to catch it, but if you're wide open, you're going to catch it.
Oh,
but
I'm running.
So I had to move it up. So I had to move it up because I realized because guess what happened? Because I realized, and I have to do this for the interceptions as well. I had to move it up because I realized I think EA changed their settings in the new patch where it made
the meta.
They changed it, And I was like, oh my God. Yeah, they changed it. So guess what? I got to change the damn sliders.
Please,
Because
I
and I did. I changed them. I just have to change interceptions back up to 50.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Like I can't because I'm like, there's no reason why Lad McConkey should be dropping a drag route that's 5 yards in front of Bo Nix. Like it's literally it's a wide open drag route that I'm running. Like he cost me a touchdown, and then like it was in the same game, or was it? Yeah, I think it was the same game. And then I have Bijan Robinson out of the backfield. He's wide open, running into the flat on like a 3rd and goal from like the 2-yard line. I throw it to him, hits him in the helmet, bounces off. And the thing is, as that's happening, the game glitches out and goes to a 2-minute warning. So the play didn't even finish. It was just nope, no catch. Okay, 2-minute warning, done. I'm like, what the hell happened here? What the hell is this? Like it was ridiculous. I got the touchdown on that drive anyway because the very next play I threw a touchdown pass to Tyler Warren. But it was like
that's why I was upset because it's like these are realistic sliders, but EA messed them up because of the new patch. And I was like, bro, then I have to fix it on my own because the patch messed it up.
Because every time they patch something, they break 2 other things.
And exactly. You know what it is too? The game got slower as we went on. Like it was fine when we loaded in. And then as the game went on, it just got more and more buggy. Like the server could not finish. And like the server didn't want to finish the game. If they want to let us finish the game. I was like, God, I'm like literally we're at one point we're moving in slow motion. Like I'm like, bro, what the hell is happening here?
So I've only played one game so far, and I played against the Houston Texans, and for it's a fantasy draft, but who was the gentleman who commented? Was it Brian or
it was Barnes? Yeah, Barnes.
So I have the Arizona Cardinals, but obviously everything is like redrafted. I have a 93 overall offense and a 75 overall defense.
How was your defense 75?
Because remember I just kept drafting offensive players until like the very end. And evidently the auto draft was not too kind to me. But the point
I told Shane I was mad at you after the draft, and I was. I was really angry at you, and I did tell you.
What were you mad at me for?
You drafted Daniel Jones, and I was like, this guy is going to die. The minute you drafted him, I was like, he is going to die. Because Daniel Jones is a terrible quarterback. Because Daniel Jones is one of the single worst quarterbacks to play with in Madden. He is terrible. He is so bad in Madden.
What's hilarious is that I'm pretty sure he had more running yards than he had passing yards. But
he's terrible.
My defense was much better than my offense, and there was some other. Just everything was topsy-turvy in that game. Anyway, back to the actual schedule at hand.
Anyway, I'm just saying the new patch messed up the servers. I'm fixing it because I'm fixing the sliders because it's broken for some reason.
Let me know when you're finished then, because I ain't gonna start playing my second game until you're finished with that.
Yeah.
Anyway, we had a comment coming in from, let me find it real quick. Mr. Hathaway saying the New England Patriots, Drake May could not move the ball if his life depended on it. Seattle outplayed them both offense and defense. And I think obviously the big, center of that was definitely the just complete atrocious showing by their offensive line. It was he had absolutely nothing to work with back there. Even if his guys were getting open, unless he had he basically had 2 options: throw the quickest slant route of his life, or make Brandon have an aneurysm by just throwing screen passes all day.
Yeah,
those were literally his 2 options, and not even those worked every single time. Is that a body armor?
Mm-hmm.
Good choice.
Good choice. I have 2 in here. I have 2. I just drank one, so I could survive. I'm still tired after the parade, so I need something to help me survive.
Makes sense. With that, there we go. Moving forward, so Kurt mentioned the Pistons, so we can use this as a segue into talking about that real quick, and then we'll open that up to talk about the whole tanking issue that I know is about which both Rob and myself are very passionate. I'm pretty sure Brandon is too. Watching his,
I have a bunch of I have an All-Star thing that I want to propose to you guys. I think is funny.
that sounds fun. But yeah, I know Brandon's particularly passionate about the tanking issue, particularly in the sense that I think his Brooklyn team has won about 5 games in the last 2 years. So for those who missed it, the Detroit Pistons and the Charlotte Hornets got into a brawl on the court the other day. And we see these types of fights happen every now and then in the NBA, obviously not nearly as much as we used to. But this was, if you're going to think about like the old school, like the Ron Artest, Malice at the Palace type things, this was one of the closer ones, I think, on the spectrum to that. Yeah. That you would have seen, especially in the modern game. But so essentially what happened, there was a game on Monday between those two teams. The Pistons ended up winning by 6. But there was a fight that broke out largely – this bugged out. Largely led by 4 specific players who each of whom got ejected. It was from Charlotte's side, it was Miles Bridges and Moussa Diabate. And on Detroit's side, it was Isaiah Stewart and Jalen Duren. And then the Hornets coach had to be restrained from going after an official in the fourth quarter. He got ejected as well. So, for the context, I'll kind of skim through this right up on NBA.com. Duren had the ball and was driving toward the basket with just over 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Was fouled by Diabate. Duren turned around to get face-to-face with Diabate, and the two butted heads. Duren then hit Diabate in the face with his open right hand. Confrontation lasted more than 30 seconds, ultimately ended with a brief police presence on the floor. Pistons forward Tobias Harris was holding back Diabate, at which point Diabate threw a punch at Duren. Duren walked away and Bridges charged at him. Bridges from Charlotte, throwing a left-handed punch. Duren retaliated with a punch of his own, and Diabate attempted to charge again at Duren and had to be held back. Isaiah Stewart left for those who remember, Isaiah Stewart was the one who threw the punch at LeBron a few Christmases ago. He's the one who got, I think, arrested for his conduct either during or right before a game.
He just got detained, but yeah.
Okay. Stewart left the bench to confront Bridges, who responded with a punch, and the players tussled. At one point, Stewart got Bridges in a headlock and delivered multiple left-handed blows to his head. So the aftermath of all that, to the surprise of nobody, Isaiah Stewart was suspended 7 games. 4-game suspensions each were issued for Bridges and his teammate on the Hornets, Diabate, and then Jalen Duren was suspended 2 games. So that was definitely one of the more eventful things I've seen happening in the NBA recently. That was just we just read it in literal sense. We just read how it escalated, but something tells me that hardly was the first thing that happened. I'm guessing these guys were going at each other verbally throughout the course of the game. As we see, bless you, as we see happen throughout, these games. Sometimes, different players get jawy, and Isaiah Stewart, obviously love the guy. I've spoken transparently in the past about how I was the manager on his team in high school before he went to La Lumiere in Indiana. That being said, this is definitely something for which he's got a little bit of a paper trail now in the NBA. So it does make sense that they would be more punitive on a suspension for him at this point with how that went down. But Brandon, do you have any thoughts on this whole situation? And then I'll kick it back up to Rob to segue into his next comment or his next subtopic as well.
Well, it's to me, to make a quick. I know it's a serious situation, but to make a quick joke, that this is the most eventful thing to come out of the NBA in years.
Yeah. That is true.
because it's like because the NBA to me NBA has just lost a lot of its luster. I fall asleep watching NBA games these days.
For me, really quick, I fall asleep watching everyone in the league minus 6 teams. There's only 6 of them I like.
Pretty much, yeah. Like that, like the you know we're getting to a point where there's well like we said, you know, there's no more parity. Like there's parity in football now again. Finally, like there's no parity in basketball. It's the same handful of
I have a
teams.
response to that, but I'm going to let you finish first.
At least from what I see, but it's just, or I shouldn't say it's not a parity thing. I think it's just that like every year there's just a handful of teams that are good, and then the rest is just garbage. On both conferences.
That's still technically parity, but I think you're right. It's just again, I only care about like 6 or 7 teams, and that's it. Like I don't care about that, and I care. The only reason I care about the rest of the league is because I play fantasy basketball. Well, if I didn't care, then I wouldn't care. You know what I mean?
Like it's so, you know, it's just it's you know, we've seen fights happen before. It's not the first fight to happen. It's probably the craziest one we've seen in a long time. It's obviously like you said, it's not the Malice at the Palace. That was also that got fans involved, but it's definitely probably the most eventful one since that. I just think that, you know, I don't. I mean, from my experience playing sports in general, there's never something that someone could do or say to you that would make you want to resort to that level of violence. I don't like to me, I never understand why. Like, I get being in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
But being in the heat of the moment, like you might push somebody, yeah. But I would never, but that's probably the extent of it. Just because you're you know, that you're getting fired up, so you might push somebody. But like to throw a slap or just throw a punch or to slap somebody and not just once but repeatedly, like you, to me, that just tells me you're not looking to play a game. You're looking for a reason to hurt someone. And it's like I think that in this case, I mean, and it's funny, both these teams have issues with violence in the past, so it kind of doesn't surprise me that they would attack each other.
If you ask me to bet on the two teams,
it's them and the Nick.
Yeah,
I was going to say, if you ask me to bet on the two teams in which they would be involved in something like this, it would probably have been Detroit and Charlotte.
Like it's
them and the Knicks. That's it.
Yeah, but it's like, you know, it's just like I can't watch just, you know, like we even see it, and this is a completely different sport, but like in football, we see guys like you're slapping somebody, they have a helmet on and you're slapping. Like, do you not realize how dumb this is to fight somebody? And you are on national television. You are a professional player getting paid millions of dollars. Yes, you're in the heat of the moment, but take it out through your play. What do you want to fight somebody for? It's not that serious. It's never that serious. Like what happened? Especially because we're all adults here. Well, we like to think we are, but you know, it's like, what happened to just being the bigger person and walking away when someone does something bad? Well, just walk away. It's not hard. Walk away from it.
Or if you're a guard, do even better and go drop 20 on his ass.
That would help too. Like,
oh my god, you guys are gonna love my take on this. I know it's gonna be great.
Well, you know what? Go ahead, because I'm basically done.
I love this, and I want more of it. More of it, please. Give me more.
The only sport where I get it because it's been ingrained in the sport is hockey. That's fine. I get it.
But here's the thing. I listen to like Bill Simmons and those guys talk about the NBA all the time. Just it helps keep me in.
Bill Simmons.
I love Bill Simmons. It keeps me informed on the NBA. And I want to be as informed as I can about the NBA, especially when I don't watch like half the league because half the league sucks. So I like to be informed on teams that also suck. But like. I want now. Give me as Bill Simmons said. Give me the playoff series. I want it. Give me 7 games of this crap. I want it, man.
Oh yeah.
It's just. Is it bad? Yeah, it's bad, but it's also good because guess what? It keeps the NBA in the zeitgeist. People are crazy.
Yeah.
Let's let people be crazy. You know what I mean? Like let's just. It's great. No, Brandon. No. Anyway,
We're crying out loud with this guy.
I have no idea, but there we go. Hey, it bugged out again. Go, Brandon, go.
Like before I was so rudely cut off by Restream.
Yeah, come on. Sounds more
like,
like D-Stream tonight.
Yeah, I mean, you know what it is though is like for me, it's like it does keep the NBA in the public eye, and it keeps people talking, but it's like it's for the wrong reasons. Like,
No,
that's
that's part of why I like it.
Like it's like I miss the days growing up of watching guys like Dwayne Wade, Shaq, Kobe, LeBron, Carter, Jason Kidd, like everybody playing against each other, Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, like.
Wait, can I add to this?
That.
This is why we need hand checking back in the NBA.
Thank you.
If we have hand checking, we don't have fights.
Like,
wait.
Now, well, I mean, ask the Bad Boys Pistons how well that at that point.
I'm pretty sure that like at this point we're just watching our own version of Bill Lambert.
Yeah, that's basically what it feels like. But it's like to me, it's like. I've always said if you want the NBA to remain like it's no coincidence that with the emergence of Steph Curry and how the game kind of like I mean there was guys before Steph to shoot threes, but not at that level towards like consistently like you had your Reggie Millers, you had your Ray Allens who are fantastic, and honestly I'm still one of the few people out there that I would take that, believe it or not. And I know this is going to sound blasphemy. I would take them over Steph Curry because Steph Curry plays in a league where there's no defense. So
I don't hate it. That's not a bad thought.
That's not blasphemy. I literally agree with you.
So
I don't agree, but I hear your thought. I don't want to debate it because I hear your thought.
Yeah, it's like people are going to say it is a different game now, but it's like but what made the game fun back in the day was playing defense. Bumping guys. Like now you can't even bump anymore out of being a foul, and it's like. I don't understand. Like, and it's crazy because LeBron still came up in an era. And we're talking about LeBron being the king of flopping. LeBron came up in an era where you could still hand check.
Yeah,
he came up in that. So I don't understand.
I think it was 2 years into his career when they made that rule.
It's like I love basketball from when I was little when the game still like listen. To be a professional athlete, you still need a good level of talent, obviously, but there's guys who I've never heard of and never will hear from again, dropping 40 and 10 a night. And I'm like, who the hell is this fraud? Who is this? I'll never hear from them again because I know their career's going to fizzle out in 2 years.
Well, this is why I also, and the NBA is going to talk about this more in the offseason. This is also why I want expansion because the talent pool is so massive in the NBA that it needs to expand. So we have better.
I'm sure we're going to get that. I'm sure we're going to get that in the next 3 or 4 years.
It looks like it's sped up after Adam Silver's conversation with Seattle, our governor here in Seattle. I think it was a good conversation for both Seattle and Vegas because I think they're going to vote on it this summer. From what I'm hearing, they're going to vote on it this summer, which they weren't planning to. They were planning to vote on it in like 2029. So I think it was a productive conversation. All right. Are you guys ready for some old silliness that I got?
Yeah, what do you got?
Yes, I am, and then I'm gonna jump back onto what Brandon was just saying.
Oh no, then go. What do you want to jump onto? Go on.
Well, because we were just talking about when the hand check rule came in, and that was in 2004, and just some things that I just pulled up real quick. The average number of 3 points attempted per game back then was between 15 and 16. This year, it's 37.
Oh my god!
Oh, is that free throws? Yeah, not surprising.
No, 3-pointers.
Oh, 3-pointers. That by the way, that's low. We're in a historically low point for 3-pointers since 2014.
Still a lot to me.
Yeah.
That's
nothing nowadays.
Not according to what I can see here, because in 2014, the attempted 3-pointers per game was averaging around 22, and now it's averaging 37. So.
Well, I'm thinking the eras because I'm thinking like Curry was like 16, so maybe it started. I don't remember, but anyway, 3-pointers have gone down. Just from my test.
But my point being, going back to about 20-ish years ago, so we're seeing now more than twice as many 3-pointers attempted, and if you want to go to just the shooting percentages, if you want to call it that, we're seeing about 3 to 4% more per going in per game. So the fact that you're seeing I'll even wrap it up with this: points per game. We talked about that crazy game a few weeks ago with the Hawks.
Jesus, yeah.
It was back in the sort of 1995 to 2005. The average points per game was under 100 for each team.
Yep.
It's 116 for each team this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say though, I think slowly but surely the NBA is reverting back to early 2000s play.
I hope.
I think
Hope so. Numbers haven't shown that up yet.
Zubac's being traded to the Pacers was kind of a good sign to it, because teams realize they need a center to win a championship,
Yep.
and that they not a stretch big, like a center, a rim protecting center. And
Yep.
so it's reverting back slowly but surely to something that resembles like postmodern basketball, if you will. Even though that's not the right phrasing. I'm talking about like pre Curry era. It's reverting back slowly but surely. But it's still going to be like 100 points. It's just going to revert back to more paint based, more spread offense, things like that.
Like growing up, you were like, in our era, but when I was starting to watch back when I was 5-6 years old, back when there was still, I mean, when the handshaking rule was got rid of, but teams still played defense, was you were considered a high scoring team if you dropped like 95 to like 105. You were considered to be a high scoring team. Nowadays, you're not high scoring unless you're dropping 112, 120.
125.
Yeah. Like 125, I would say. Yeah.
So it's like like I remember growing up and watching NBA TV and watching highlights of the games at night before I went to bed, and the final score of games would be like 95 to 86, 92 to 91. Like, I'm like, okay.
It's so funny, Brandon, because if I saw those scores today, I'd be pissed off. It's just not normal now.
But a lot of that is the whole rule thing. That's what I'm saying. Is like because the rules have changed too. It's like, to me, you got to bring back hand checking, but not just that. Like, I can see why guys are also afraid, and also why threes have gone up, because also if you do throw the ball and it down low to the paint, everything's called a foul nowadays because you can't bump, can't hand check, can't do any of that. So every time a big gets in the paint, you're almost guaranteed to hear a whistle.
And by the way, you're more likely to get injured because it's not physical, I would argue.
And that's just it's not how the game is taught anymore. So
Right.
It's like I miss that era of basketball, even though we didn't get the prime of it like the 90s, but what we got was still really good basketball growing up. Like I remember watching games growing up, especially like for my Nets, for watching Kid, Carter, Richard Jefferson, they were only scoring like 94, 96 points, whatever it was, but that was considered good back then. And the thing is, they were scoring 94, 96, but you needed actual talent to drop 20 points. Nowadays, you can drop 20 points in one quarter.
It's really easy. Yeah.
So it's like I remember watching those guys, like, where a final stat line for somebody like Jason Kidd, who would get, as a point guard getting triple doubles, he would end up with it was like 12, 11, and 10 across the board. And it was like
that's considered average nowadays.
Yeah,
that's average. That's nothing.
It's
good. Yeah. It's good, but it's nothing.
It looked more impressive because you had to earn it.
Right.
I wouldn't disagree. I think that's accurate.
What it kind of reminds me of is that year back in baseball in 2019 when it was like you were saying, oh, this guy hit 38 home runs. Okay, but everybody was hitting 38 home runs.
Yeah.
Also, real quick, the comment coming in from Keith Brugman. Keith, I hope you're doing well. I hope your family's doing well. It says, give me back the triangle with Shaq in the paint.
Oh, my God. The modern version of the triangle doesn't work anymore.
It doesn't work because remember Phil Jackson tried to bring that back with what? With the
Knicks. That's exactly where I was thinking.
It doesn't work anymore. I'm just looking real quick because obviously my Pelicans are not going to sniff it. Looking at the playoffs this year, I hope that either the Thunder or the Pistons make a run this year because
I
those are
think
the easily.
I think both teams make a run. Wait, hang on. Let me run through this. I think both those are they're still my finals picks.
Okay.
Is both of those. But let me regardless of the deadline, let me look at this because I need to look at who else I really like.
The top 5 defensive teams right now are the Thunder, Pistons, Spurs, Heat, and Rockets.
So I mean, here's the thing. So Thunder, obviously. I'm just looking at the West. Spurs, obviously, we know what they're doing. The Nuggets have a really complete roster top to bottom. The Rockets don't have a point guard unless Reed Shepherd gets more minutes. The Timberwolves have a sneaky shot. Timberwolves are one to watch the rest of the way. The Lakers are they're really good, but they don't have the bench. They just don't. Suns are playing well. Warriors playing well. Trailblazers are sneaky fun. They're not good, but they're fun. And then everyone else, who cares, including the Clippers. On the Eastern side, Pistons are, again, just really good top to bottom. Celtics, if they get Tatum back, will be very interesting. I don't think Tatum's coming back.
One team that I see every year care about defense consistently.
Oh, for sure. Missoula's done a great job keeping that together. Knicks, with the moves they made, are going to be very fun. Cavs, I like their depth, but I think them with Harden is a huge boost. Harden has added a huge offensive dimension to what they do, which they sorely needed. Raptors, who cares? 76ers, I don't think they're going to be healthy enough. I like the Raptors enough to be a playoff team. Chemistry. Yeah, the Sixers, I just don't think they're healthy enough. The Magic are just terrible for some reason. They're like so middling, and I don't understand why. The Heat, they're the Heat. They're going to make the playoffs and be okay. But again, they're not going to be. I think the Hornets have a sneaky shot to win the whole thing, and they're going to have to play a play-in game. They can't go that heavy here with everything that's happening in the league. They're going to have to be a play-in team, and I think they can be play-in team the finals for sure. Considering the rest of this conference, I really like what the Hornets are doing. So yeah, I think they have a sneaky shot. I
look forward to seeing how that ages.
Yeah, I'm very curious to see how they play and what matchups they get down the stretch. Obviously, being in a play-in is not great, but Hornets Pistons is a fun 1-8 if that's what we get, right. And that's bare minimum of 7. I know it's maximum 7 games, but it's going to go 7 because those two are very special teams. Pacers are preparing for next year, sadly. That goes to my tanking thing that we'll get to. But yeah, I mean, the rest of these teams don't care. It's funny, like the Hawks don't care and they're in a play-in. The Bulls don't care and they're basically in a play-in spot. The Bucks don't care and they're basically trying to make the play-in. It's funny.
That's a great segue into what you're into the tanking thing we're gonna talk about. I'm just gonna get to some comments real quick that have been coming in fast and furious. We've got we just talked about that one. Kenny tuned in and says, "Good evening, Scoops, Brandon, Robert, and of course the background Uncle Leopold Scoops."
Have you searched them up yet or no?
Searched who up?
The painting. I told you to Google it. And what did it give you?
I've Googled it way in the past. It gave me nothing.
That's hilarious that it gave you nothing. That's so funny.
And then Keith said, "You're right. Back in the day, if your third guy put up 20, that was a hell of a game." Kenny said, "By the way, congrats, Rob, on your Seahawks winning the Super Bowl."
Thank you.
Mr. Burns saying, "Watching from Cedar Hill, Texas. Bulls
Texas
really need
fun.
Bulls really need help over other."
Yeah, because they just don't draft well. That's the issue with Chicago. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. He meant over there is what he meant.
By the way, you guys know that the Chicago Bulls don't have a center over 6'9" right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
That would have been unheard of about 9 years ago.
It's a bad idea, but they're tanking. They don't care.
Right. Speaking of tanking, we'll get into that in just a second. Keith said, "Hoping this is the last year with LeBron on my Lakers, and I was a LeBron fan. It's over." Fun fact: LeBron Lakers is one of only, I think, 3 NBA jerseys that I have. I have a Derrick Rose Knicks jersey from when I went to MSG for the first time, and I have a Jared Allen Nets jersey from when back when I went to Barclays for the first time. Actually, I think I might have actually gotten that before I went to Barclays. But yeah, so those are the 3 jerseys that I have. So definitely agree in terms of being a LeBron fan. Definitely,
I'm kind of shocked to have a Knicks Rose jersey. When I think of Rose, I think of him in Chicago. I remember him in New York, but
well, no, it was because I was at MSG and I wanted to get a specific jersey from there, and I was a Rose fan, so it wasn't about Rose specifically, but I did like Rose. And I think that was the last of the comments. So Rob, I know as I mentioned earlier, we all were talking about tanking. We've talked about it in different sports. We've talked about it in NBA and NFL. So I'll just give you open season here. Take us away, bro.
Tanking is bad. Nobody's playing. Nobody's playing their top players in teams that suck. And I found this from our boy Kenny, KOT4Q, who great YouTube channel, by the way, if you like NBA 2K NBA 2K content. He has his Enjoy B-Ball thing, which is part of NBC, the Enjoy Network. Super amazing job that they do there, covering a lot of different things. So Kenny was on his podcast earlier, and this is what he said regarding the Washington Wizards, and it made me cry of laughter, and it made me want to do it on the show. And also, I want to promote Kenny because I love Kenny so much. So here's what he said.
There is a guy that checked into the game. And this rarely happens for me, y'all. It is my job to follow the NBA. And I take pride in my job. I try my very best to be the best at my job possible. There was a guy that checked in for the Wizards in this game that I audibly said, who the hell is that? His name? Keyshawn Gilbert. And I don't mean that in any disrespect to Keyshawn himself. I looked it up. He had just signed a 10-day contract. So it's just, you know what I'm saying? So this is his literal first game of his NBA career. So shout out to him. Congratulations on making it to the league, because not only 0.1% of people can ever say they did that, and you did that. So congratulations. But that is where they were in their tank. Not only was this his debut, he played nearly 30 minutes. 30 minutes. They started Tristan Vucevic. 30 minutes. There was a guy that checked
So this guy got a 10-day contract and they played him 30 minutes. They do not care. They'll play anybody. They'll play a guy basically. I respect to him. I think he's played in the G League a bit, played in Europe. Like, these are still quality players who make it to the NBA, and no excuse with that. But like, bro, 30 minutes for a guy. And I get it also. We're in All-Star game week. They don't care even more during All-Star game week because they just want to get to the break, want to go to Cancun for a few days. I get it. But like, bruh, it's awful. Oh my God. And I need to search this up, and I forgot to earlier. We need to do the PWHL model of tanking.
What's that?
Because the PWHL model of tanking is that they incentivize wins for tanks.
Incentivize wins for tanks. What does that even mean?
Basically, if you win, you get a certain amount of points for winning that goes into the draft. If you're like in the bottom sector of the league, I think it's like by mid-season. So basically, it just incentivizes you to win games versus losing games to get a better draft pick. You're always competing, basically.
So basically, and I don't mean this on a specific basis, but like, if you're in the bottom half, but you're toward the top of the bottom half, you're in the best position to get better draft picks.
Exactly. And so it's there we go. I found the video. You guys will enjoy this.
PWHL might have accidentally fixed tanking. Let me explain. The PWHL handles their draft a lot differently than the NHL, and it's actually really interesting. Unlike the NHL, there's no draft lottery. Instead, they use something called the Gold Plan. Here's how it works. Once a team is officially eliminated from playoff contention, every point they earn after that counts towards draft order points. The team that earns the most points after elimination gets the first overall pick, and that draft order stays the same in every round. So using Vancouver as an example, example, even if they're sitting around the middle of the standings, once they're eliminated, a late season push could still land them a top 2 pick. Instead of rewarding teams for losing and tanking, it rewards them for actually competing until the end of the season. It's unlikely the NHL would ever consider a draft system like this, but what do you think? Is the NHL?
I just think that system is so much better. I just think
like
it's
that.
such a simple way to. It's just like it just keeps these guys competing, and I love that it came from a women's league. And it's funny because the PWHL, we're one of the few people here or like we follow it pretty closely because we love hockey, but it sucks that no one's mentioned it. Everyone's like, get rid of the draft, do this, do that. I'm just like the PWHL system. The PWHL system. Let's just use it. I just think it's a smarter system, and I think it's just so simplistic. It just rewards winning.
The guy he was talking about, the one before that, he was talking about a player for the Wizards, right?
Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned that because I had a brief. It's not even going to be a topic, but I'm just going to mention it real quickly. Brandon will in all likelihood remember Seton Hall's Kaderi Richmond. He signed a 10-day contract with the Wizards yesterday and was immediately put onto the active roster and made his NBA debut yesterday with the Washington Wizards. So
that is cool. We'll also shout out Nikola Tropic, who played today or the Thunder after testicular cancer. Battled testicular cancer and is finally playing in the NBA. So that's awesome. He's actually a real player. He's going to be fun for them down the stretch of the season.
3 more comments. Sorry.
No, go ahead. What comments you got, Scoop?
Real quick. So we got 2 from Keith. He says, "Why do the Jets tank to never get better anyway?"
That's true.
And then he says, "Hey, Washington, I'll give you 60 minutes of terrible basketball while giving you my all."
I'll sign a 10-day. Hey.
Yeah, I'll sign a 10-day.
Says, "I'm surprised the coach of the Bulls is still there. LOL."
Billy Donovan, he's terrible. He's such a terrible coach.
I couldn't remember. Was Billy Donovan still there? I couldn't even remember because I still
he was a legend at Florida. Remember how good he was at the University of Florida? He just tanked all of it.
I mean, shucks, he was good in OKC.
Ugh. Yeah. He was okay, not that good.
Yeah.
His rotations are terrible. Have you seen his rotations with Chicago? It's terrible.
I cannot tell you the last time I've watched a Bulls game, bro.
No, it's not even about watching it. Just look at his rotation. Anyway, you guys have anything on the tanking thing? Do you guys like the PWHL system? Do you think it's smart?
It's a lot better. It's better.
It's
way better.
Yeah. It's also like in a vacuum. Like I'm sure if we nitpicked it, I'm sure we would be able to find flaws in it. But we're juxtaposing it with this crap and with a situation like earlier tonight. You said that I think you said there are 6 teams that are worth watching in the NBA.
Like 6 or 7. Sorry. Wait, are you ready? Wait. Pause. I'm going to count how many of these teams I care about. I'm going to tell you the teams in the NBA that I generally care about right now. Pistons, I care about. Celtics, I care about. Knicks, I care about. Cavs, I care about. Hornets, I care about. So there's 5. That's it on the Eastern side. Thunder,
I was going to
6.
say,
Thunder 6, Spurs 7, Nuggets 8, Rockets 9, Timberwolves 10, Lakers 11. So 11 teams out of the 30.
I don't even care about the Lakers.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I care about the Lakers because I think their offense is actually really fun. Like what JJ Redick does for them offensively is like from an offensive system standpoint. Yeah, I'm just saying from an offensive system standpoint.
That's roughly what 10 out of 30 teams.
Yeah, it's a third of the league.
Yeah. The rest of it, the Blazers are fun, but they're not worth watching every night. The Warriors are fun, they're not worth watching every night. They're just not. Same with the Mavericks. I love Cooper Flagg. I love watching him. I'll put him on every so often, but that's it.
I don't even remember. Is Kyrie still on Dallas?
He is currently nursing an ACL. He'll be back next year.
But again, is he still on the Mavericks?
Yeah, he's on the team, but he's
okay. Because I couldn't remember because there was a lot of dialogue about them moving him.
Well, they can't because he's dealing with the ACL, and we don't know how he's going to recover from it. So
right.
Yeah. So 11 out of the 30 teams. That's all I care about. That's all I care to
Yeah.
watch. And by the way, I only care watching it if they play against each other. Other than that, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm not going to see them. I'm not going to see the Cavs play. Like the Pelicans or the Nets. I'm just not going to watch
Yeah.
them.
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
wouldn't
not
watch it.
gonna
Either.
watch
I don't watch it. Either. I don't
Me
watch
neither.
it either.
I was excuse me, sorry. Like the thing that made the Pelicans compelling.
Compelling.
for-
I'm about to say I caught it too.
Pelican.
For about 5 minutes this year was when they fired Willie Green and promoted James Borrego. And whenever they change, they make a roster move, so it's like, oh, how is this team gonna fit together with and when they finally started playing the young guys more, finally we started to see Queen more. Finally we started to see Fears more, things like that. Because I still don't understand what DeAndre Jordan did.
Real
What?
quick for basketball, well, women's basketball. I don't watch. I know you guys know I don't watch it, but it's like the only thing on right now.
Yeah.
And this girl for TCU has legit half the team's points. They have 72. They have 72 points. She has 36.
I'm not
What's her name?
surprised.
It just flashed quickly. I didn't see. I just saw the points.
I'm not surprised. Yeah.
That is cool.
I don't care really. I mean, I'm really excited to see what happens if we get an expansion draft the next couple of years to see where some of these guys might land. But yeah, we'll see. Are you guys ready for All-Star Game stupidity?
Yeah, let's get into this. We've
Okay.
already trashed the Pro Bowl last week. We might as well keep doing it with this.
Okay, so the All-Star Game is this week. It's USA versus World, which NBC really wanted. They're doing it. Rising Stars game. They lost a lot of players for that. So funny thing happened today. Who was it?
I think I know where
Giannis?
your goal.
I think it was Giannis. Giannis obviously can't play in the All-Star game. They replaced him with De'Aaron Fox. And then because of that, Norman Powell switched from the U.S. team to the World team because he technically plays for Jamaica. So that was really weird, just shifting a guy from one locker room to the other. I was like, okay, now we really don't care about this game. And Kevin Durant came out today. He was asked a question about it, and about the All-Star game, and he's like, you do realize that Jokic and Luka don't care. They're just there to have fun for a couple hours. And it's like, so I was going to watch it basically just to see what it was like. And I probably still will. I'll probably record it and still watch it. The biggest problem with the All-Star game is they don't show enough basketball. It's just like, here's one game of basketball. Here's a concert for 40 minutes. Here's this celebrity. It's so stupid. Anyway, so I might not even watch it. I probably won't. Probably watch the skills competition on Saturday, and that's it.
You remember the old days, as I'm sure a lot of us do, of Nate Robinson going off against Dwight Howard in the dunk contest.
Yeah, and that was fun.
how good that was.
Yeah,
I remember.
You should. Scoop, go back and watch that dunk test. It's nasty. I watched it back during COVID. It was
They
nasty.
did it twice, didn't they?
They did it twice. But yeah, first time they did it was amazing.
Yeah.
I remember Howard. I don't remember Robinson.
Or Blake Griffin jumping over the car.
Oh yeah.
Blake
Griffin jumping over a car. In 2012, he jumped over a Kia I think he jumped over a Kia Sorento for Kia promotion.
The last good one. Well, now I see why people say the world peaked in 2016. Because that's when we got the Gordon and Levine dunk contest.
Amazing dunk contest.
I was just going to ask, what year was the Levine one?
So
it was 2016.
Makes sense. It makes a lot of sense.
Okay, so here's the proposal from Nick Wright, and I forgot who said this on Road Tripping. Let me find it because he said it months before Nick Wright said it. Who said this? So this is Road Tripping. You'll hear Richard Jefferson's voice. You'll hear what is it?
For crying out loud.
Nah, we're bugging. But who said this? It was there we go. The buggy.
I'm not sure this is Restream anymore, because why is it always you?
It's just buggy.
Okay. Don't worry. This is the last time I'm gonna have this computer. Next week I'm gonna have the new one. So
yeah, the new computer's coming in. All right. Here was Gary Owen, I believe is his name. Here was his thoughts on how to change the All-Star game. Don't take this too seriously. Just saying that off the bat. Some people can get sensitive. We're not trying to do this. We're just saying it for fun. Beware. Okay. Here's Gary Owen. Here's what Eric Wright said this week, but Gary Owen said it first, and I thought it was funny, of how we should change the All-Star game. And it was just amazing.
It'll never happen. Should we do an all-white versus all-black All-Star game? All-Star week? I think that would draw numbers. That would draw numbers. Triple flag.
Okay,
Do
Luke.
it.
Okay, so we're gonna do America. We're gonna do America versus Europe.
No,
Europe.
it's just
Black versus
white and black.
Yeah.
That would draw more numbers than Europe versus America. Cut to the chase,
But this is what I would say. I would say if we go white versus black, I think that
mixed guys can play on your team.
mixed guys can play on either team.
Each team gets an
That's RJ.
Is that
Yeah,
Richard
that's
Jefferson?
Richard Jefferson. That's what I
RJ.
said. Yeah, RJ.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Let me finish this up. Let me finish this
Oh,
up.
it's
It's
still-
Richard Jefferson, Perk, and I think this is Gary Owen.
That would draw more numbers than Europe versus America. Just cut to the chase,
But this is what I would say. We go white versus black. I think that
mixed guys can play on your team.
mixed guys can play on either team.
Each gets an Jason Kidd gets to coach one. We'll have mixed coaches.
Oh my God. Mixed coaches on the sides. No. This is what I'm saying. So if we do black versus white, I think that separates us. I think if we do America versus European, that brings us together.
No.
Like, fuck them.
Black and white will bring everybody together.
Oh, you think so? You think so?
They get too caught up and they go, we can't do it. I go, motherfucker, the numbers it would do. The arena, this side.
Are you trying to redline? You trying to redline the arena? Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh, in the first half, we played nothing but Jelly Roll. And the second half, we played nothing but Kendrick.
Oh, come on. Oh my God.
Out.
I know that.
I love that he said he wants to redline the arena. We're just going back to the night. We're going back to this whatever it was. Just
That's what I
redlining
said
the
to you.
arena.
That's what I said to you. I said that I wake up in 1963 when you sent me that.
I was like, bro, this. Either we do this idea or we just get rid of the All-Star game, because we're never gonna do this idea. People would be so stupid and not see how stupid it is if we did it. People would be like, this is racism, and I love people. There would be people on Twitter going, I love racism. I don't think we need that on Twitter. I don't think we need that on Twitter.
Oh, God.
But I genuinely think that would have happened. But no, we should not do this. But if we did,
thank you.
it would. But if we did, NBC would love it because everyone in the world would tune into it. But no, we shouldn't do this. We should just. Here's my proposal.
What you just said, if we did, feels like the "if I did it" from the OJ book.
Well, here's the thing. I'm being honest. I think we will get to a point where they do consider this. We'll have a board of directors meeting about this, and it will get leaked sometime. I think a discussion, unfortunately, will happen because this is how bad the All-Star game is. That they're just like, let's think about racism, shall we? Like, I don't know. It's just, I think we either need to have this discussion because it would get viewership. Or, and this is the actual smart idea, we remove the All-Star game and the Rising Stars game. The celeb game can stay. The celeb game is stupid fun. And let's just keep the Saturday Skills Challenge. Because if people hate it and it's not that great, it's the most fun part of All-Star Weekend. Let's just keep the Saturday Skills Challenge, just move it to Sunday, and that's it. We don't need the rest of it. The players want to go. The star players want to rest. You're giving them an extra game to play when they're already massively injured all the time. They just want to be in Cancun for 2 weeks, and then we can go back to playing basketball.
Wasn't a dunk contest this year?
It's a really bad group of people. I think it
has been for years, but still.
I think it's Scoops man Isaiah Stewart is in it. I think.
I did not remember that at all because the guy is basically a block and rebound merchant.
Top contenders. Who the heck is in it? NBA Slam Dunk.
What are we looking at? The dunk contest?
It is. Jalen Duren had to pull out. It was Jalen Duren.
That makes a
Jackson
lot of
Hayes,
sense.
Jace Richardson, Carter Bryant, Keyshawn Johnson. Oh, this is terrible. This is so bad. I
Who
don't
the
care that
hell-
I don't care that it's bad. Let's just do I'm being serious. Let's just do the Saturday night skills. Let's move it to Sunday, and then that's it. We don't the All-Star game, the NBA All-Star game is a waste of time. Just like the Pro Bowl is fun, and I thought the Pro Bowl was actually really good this year, but it's a waste of time. Let's just give the honor and leave it alone. The players don't need to travel a bunch of miles till it's in Intuit Dome this year in Angeles. The players want a break. Let's just give them a break, and we're good. You know, let's announce our all-stars. Let's keep the announcement. Let's keep the debate about it with the announcements and stuff. And then let's just leave it alone. We don't need this anymore. We're in an era where it's just not necessary. Players don't want to get hurt, and you're giving them an extra opportunity to get hurt, even though it's kind of unlikely. That's why the quality of the game sucks. It's because no one wants to get hurt, and why would you? It's a meaningless game anyway.
Right.
You know, like, and even if they played this at Rucker Park or something, which would be kind of cool, or doing it kind of like street ball that they do in the offseason, they care more about that because guess what? It's offseason prep. Is playing
Right.
street ball. So, like, just remove it, man. Like, if you're not going to do white versus black, which would, I think would be the only solution to this, even though it's dumb and stupid, which, of course, we should never do that because it would going backwards and it would be stupid just from a generalized worldview. But
Right.
we just need to remove the All-Star game. There's no need for it. We need to remove it in, like, all sports, honestly. Like, we need to just remove it. It's just a wasteful thing. It just doesn't work in the modern era.
Can we incentivize the dunk contest? I'm tired of watching bums dunk a basketball.
But how do you incentivize it? Because it's also a risk of getting injured. How
Like,
do you
it's-
incentivize it?
Like, I mean, the thing is, I'm just old school. You can get injured, slipping out of the shower. Like, you're a professional athlete at the highest level. Like,
Do
to me,
you?
I'm like,
But do you understand that one injury in the NBA can take 6 weeks, and guys don't want to deal with that?
It can, but it's like it's the price you pay when you play the sport. That's my mentality. Like, I'm
hear
just
ya.
old school. Like, I'm just old school like that. Like, it's like
I mean, I consider myself old school too, but I will say, I can also take the flip mentality. We both remember several years ago, Aaron Judge went to, I think it was the home run derby, and
Yeah.
he was trying to do that and whatever. He effed up his swing for the next like 6 weeks. So
Yeah, it's just kind of wasted.
I thought that was old. I know it can mess with your swing, but I didn't care about that. That team that year was fine going into the playoffs. Like, I didn't care.
I'm gonna ask you guys a serious question. I'm hoping I don't jinx anything, but I'm gonna ask you guys a serious question. All-Star game next year. Aaron Judge is running to first base and tears his Achilles and is out for the year. What's the point of that?
Well, Judge only gets like one at bat because they take the guys out pretty much. He gets like one or two at
No,
bat.
I'm just saying, what if this is the risk you take?
that's what I was going to say is we always say that the point of playing the game and the point of these leagues and whatever is to win the championship. And
The All-Star
quite
game
frankly,
doesn't incentivize that at all. It doesn't do anything.
That's my point. Like, at least a few years ago, back when they, in Major League Baseball, at least a few years ago, you could argue it did something because the league got home field advantage if that.
I
league won.
hated that. That was stupid.
I'm not saying that I loved it per se, but I'm saying at least you could argue you were playing for something in that situation.
Yeah.
That whole thing that we just talked about with the injuries and whatnot, like I would rather, like, because frankly, if I don't care if it's a Yankee, if it's a whatever sport you want to take, I'd be more annoyed if a guy from my team went to the All-Star game and got injured than I would be if he declined an opportunity to participate. Like when I signed that contract, if I'm whatever league it is, if I sign that contract, my commitment I'm making is to that organization. I'm not committing to, one entertainment clustered nonsense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once a year that the league can't even decide how it wants to do it or what it wants to do or what it wants to prioritize. My priority is not to make money for a commissioner who, doesn't know his ass from his head in the sand.
Well, can I add to that though? Because I feel like this is the most important thing. Every time you watch an All-Star game, they always have to add the tag for people that don't watch the sport to go All-Star game, exhibition game. If it's an exhibition game, then what's the reason of even having it? It's a waste of everyone's time.
That's my point. Again, I typically do consider myself one of the more old school fans, but in this regard, I just think it's absolutely pointless. Like if I want my guys going that hard, but I want them going that hard to play for the championship for the team that they committed to, and for the fans of that team that they committed to. I do not give a. What?
I just got funny NBA news. This is really funny.
What?
So on February 7th and 9th, the Jazz removed Larry Markkinen and Triple J at the beginning of the fourth quarter and did not return, obviously, for tanking purposes. Well, guess what happened? The NBA fined the Jazz $500K and the Pacers $100K for violating player participation policies. Here's what the commissioner said. Overt behavior like this prioritizes draft position over winning, undermines the foundation of NBA's competition, and we will respond accordingly to any further actions that compromise the integrity of our games. I don't care if you fine them $600K. They have millions of dollars. This is a wasteful fine.
That's not enough.
That's so stupid. That's not enough. That doesn't do anything.
Well, I will say when you're playing in Salt Lake City and Indianapolis, that actually is something. But
not when you're making billions of dollars anyway. This is stupid. Why are we fining them over player participation policy? How about you fix the tanking thing first so that people don't do this?
And moreover, I've said this before. Rather than fine them an arbitrary amount of money, dock draft picks. They're tanking to get better draft picks. Dock draft picks.
And don't dock the second round picks that get traded. Dock their first round pick.
Yep.
If you really wanna be juicy NBA, dock their first round pick.
Juicy. Did I hear that phrasing?
But I was gonna say something, but I've completely forgotten what the hell it was now.
Well, no, we were just saying how the All-Star game is stupid.
No. You know what that letter reminded me of? The way that can you reread what he said real quick?
I absolutely can. Hang on, let me find it again.
Thank you.
I think I know where you're going because it reminds me of betting, which I thought was really funny.
I don't think we're in the same place then, if that's where your mind went, because this had nothing to do with betting.
Let me look at the full report here. Here we go. Here's the report. So here's what it said. So I'll read the full thing because I got it. Overt behavior from NBA Commissioner Adam Silver. Overt behavior like this. Overt is a very interesting word, Adam. We don't need that many weird words in a sentence. I hate weird words in a press release. Stop putting hard words in a press release.
They just want to sound smarter than what they want to sound smarter than what they are, and they're actually sounding worse.
Yeah, this makes you sound worse. Overt behavior. Who in their right mind has a conversation and goes, "Hey, Brandon, I'm on the show with you, and I'm gonna text you after this." And be like, "I hated how overt your behavior was today. Can you stop doing that?" Who says that?
I mean, that wouldn't fit. That wouldn't fit the context to begin with.
I know, but still, overt behavior like this or like this that. It says like this that. Okay, weird. Overt behavior like this that prioritizes draft position over winning undermines the foundation of NBA competition. It will respond accordingly to any further actions that compromise the integrity of our games. Additionally, we are working with our competition committee and board of governors to implement further measures to root out this type of conduct. The further measures
Okay, you know what that
you're
signs me of?
talking. Go, Scoop. What does it make you sound?
No, what that reminds me of? Washington has been advised that a referee can award a score if the behavior continues.
That's exactly what this is. That's exactly what this is, because you know what the competition committee and board of governors are going to do this summer while they're going to discuss this, and they're going to go, "Hey, let's fine them $1 million instead of $500K." Great. Who cares? Like, this is stupid. Okay. Do you guys want to do Olympic stuff now? Scoop, are we good to move
Yeah,
on?
well, actually,
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, we've got a comment that came in for the Olympics real quick. That Kenny says he has a So Kenny said he has a question about the Olympics when the time is right. So while I wait for him to get his question in there, because he didn't actually put what the question was. So while I wait for him to get his question in there, you can kick us off in this topic right now if you desire.
Yeah, so a couple things. Chloe Kim got upset in the half pipe. Scott Silver would have been the first person in half pipe to win 3 consecutive gold medals. Shaun White was close in Sochi. I think he finished with a silver also. It's tough to three-peat. She also had her messed up shoulder. Winning silver is still really respectful. Oh, yeah. Lindsey Vonn, tough. Honestly, tough.
That crash was horrific.
That crash was horrific.
I'm honestly grateful. I was trying to wake up that day, but I had been up until like 3 o'clock in the morning, probably because of this group. I didn't get a chance to wake up at 5:30 to watch it. And I'm honestly grateful that I didn't, because I think that would have been hard to watch live.
It was tough to watch. Figure skating, dominant US as always, really good to see. Snowboard cross is so fun. I don't know if you guys have ever watched snowboard cross, but snowboard cross is
I'll be honest, most of the things that you're naming I know because of Mario and Sonic at the Winter Olympics.
Yeah, snowboard cross in real life is a stupidly fun sport. It's insanely fun. Also, I never thought I'd say this in the history of the world. Curling is a fun sport.
Oh, yeah.
Curling is nuts. Curling is so fun, dude.
I gotta watch curling next, because to me it just looks like shuffleboard on ice.
By the way, that's exactly what it is, and it's more fun than you would think. USA Sweden, I was sweating bullets at like 7:30 in the morning watching that. I was sweating bullets. I was like, what is going on?
Yeah,
we have Kenny's question here now.
Yeah.
Do you ever think we will ever see a flag football event in the Olympics?
What do you mean? We're getting one in 2028. It's official. We got official 2 years ago. We're getting one in 2028.
Reading the question. It says all the other major sports have an event, plus a lot of players had a country flag on their helmet this year. Curling is similar to cornhole, he says. I've played cornhole many times. It does not look similar.
I'm so confused. How did you? That was giant news when it came out that flag football is going to be in 2028. That was gigantic. Yeah, that's going to be. By the way,
we knew about that.
I'll say this right now. FAH, we are traveling to. We're gonna travel to LA and work an extra month. We're gonna work that flag football tournament. Because I'm going to make you guys work it, because it's going to be so good.
I've never been to Los Angeles.
Yeah. I'm currently in the very, very, very preliminary stages of working that out, because I want to go to those Olympics first off, and basically we're going to be working an extra month of our calendar in August, July, doing that. But no, it's going to be cool. So basically, a lot of the country flags you see, that's the teams that they're going to represent. Like Kyler Murray's going to play for Japan. The St. Brown brothers are going to play for Germany in 2028.
Kyler Murray for Japan continues to confuse me
because he's got Japanese roots. He's got Asian roots.
Yeah, no, there's also a player from the UK that always confuses me. There's certain players that I have trouble remembering.
The lineage is interesting, and that's why the back of the helmets are cool. Nichenna Nwosu is Nigerian, so you're going to see a lot of those guys. And that's what I think is also there's a lot of great flag football players across our country. So it's going to be tough because I don't know exactly what the U.S. football, I forgot what it's called. The U.S. football, is it called U.S. Football Association? I don't remember. There is a big like head honcho that does. I have no clue what they're going to do. I think they're going to select NFL players, but I have no idea. They might select flag football. I have no idea. But flag football.
Brandon, Shane, and I, and the Tikas guys, we should all do a flag football team.
I know. I would.
Yeah,
love that.
I think a couple of them do. I know Patty does. Patty plays. A couple of the TCA guys do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm still
Anyway,
used to everybody's name.
Anyway, but no, it's going to be interesting because NFL players are available. CFL players are available. That got announced over the summer. So Canada is going to be very formidable. I think Japan is always really funny enough. The 4 countries that are really good at football: U.S., Canada, Japan, Australia. All 4 of them are announced.
I mean, that doesn't surprise me at all. I mean, Australia. I mean, obviously, I think of Australia and I think of the best offensive tackle in football, Jordan Mailata. But
they're all just. I'm not talking about Aussie rules football either. I'm talking about American football. Australia's very good at it.
There was what the hell was his name? Was it Blair Walsh? Is that the guy I'm thinking of? Who was a great special teams player from Australia several years back? Was it Blair Walsh? No, not Blair Walsh. How was I saying? Oh, come on, wake up! I can picture the guy.
It's not clear. I know Michael Dixon's gonna probably play he's gonna do something for the Australian team. I don't know what. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see how the committees handle it. But no, I'm basically, guys. I'm sorry to say, you're gonna be working an extra month in 2028 because we're gonna be covering that. We're literally gonna be doing a show after every one of those damn games. But no, flag football 2028. I think it's gonna be incredible. The ad has your guys' quarterback Jalen Hurts, and it's my favorite ads of all time. Not NFL ads. It's if you guys haven't seen that, go just look up NFL flag football. It's the first ad that comes up.
That ad's been circulating now for 3 years already.
It's been a year because they announced it after 2 years ago. Yeah, so 2 years ago.
I thought it's been around for a long time.
By the way, I found the guy. He was a running back for the 49ers. He was his name was Jared Hayne.
Yes, I do remember.
That's what I remember. He was a running back. I don't know where I got kicker from.
But no, flag football is in 2028. NFL players are eligible. CFL players are eligible. It just kind of depends what the committees want to do. If they want to take NFL players, if they don't want to, because there are flag football leagues. The NFL is also currently working on making their own flag football league. I think that is coming in a couple years for men and women. I'm talking professional. So,
yeah.
Excuse me. It's going to be interesting. Flag football is getting bigger. That's why you saw no other events at the Pro Bowl. They're doing flag football because a lot of the Pro Bowl, even though it's supposed to be fun, a lot of that U.S. committee is looking at those Pro Bowl games and thinking about who they should add to that team. Obviously, it's light because it's the Pro Bowl, but it's going to be interesting. And the U.S. and Canada, you're going to have a tough time with a lot of the other countries who have already played flag football for a long time. So it's going to be interesting. Right. But, flag football in 2028 is going to be fun. Let's see what else. Yeah, snowboard cross is awesome. I go back and watch that. It's such a great sport. Ski jumping's been kind of fun. Yeah, curling's been insanely fun.
I gotta check that. When's the next curling event that we play in?
I have to look because mixed doubles just ended.
Oh, the Germans keep winning luge because this is their 4th gold medal in a row.
Yeah, Germans keep. I'm searching. I keep forgetting what's the one with the gun. I'm just gonna write snow with a gun on the internet.
Yeah, I know.
Well, real quick, while you're doing that, Kenny says, "Okay, my bad. I totally forgot about that. How about a World Football Classic instead of all pro games?"
But they already do that. They do that with juniors. We lost to Japan. We lost to Japan. We got smoked by Japan 4 years ago. Japan is currently the best country in the world when it comes to football, not because we got smoked in the juniors. I'm searching "Snow with a Gun" sports. This is not good. It's biathlon.
That's it. Yeah.
Biathlon. Scoop. Biathlon is like
Snow with a gun.
Snow with
But that's biathlon is snow with a gun. Scoop, biathlon is like the sport for manly men. It's like, and women are great at it too, but like, which they are. I'm not being facetious. They are. Sport is crazy. They ski for 10 meters, then they shoot real bullets at targets, and they have to hit those or they get time deductions. And they do that for 4 rounds. It's exhilarating. It's so freaking fun. Like it is it's one of the most exhilarating things you'll ever watch in your
Who
life.
the hell thought to make that a sport?
I have no idea.
They're carrying a 22 caliber small born rifle on their back. It's a giant ass rifle.
Yeah.
All I'm gonna remember now is Snow with a Gun. That's all I'm gonna think of it as now.
Because that's what the sport is. It's snow with the gun. And it is fantastic. It is genuinely the most fantastic. It's so fantastic. I love it. It's fantastic. We won gold in cross country skiing, the first time in history, as well for the U.S. Okay, Olympic hockey. Brandon, this ice is even worse for the men, and it's unbelievable. It's so bad.
That was something I was going to ask y'all about. What is the update with the ice?
It is even worse for the men. We watched Canada. We watched Canada this morning, and we watched the U.S. It doesn't.
Yeah.
They're playing so physical, but it doesn't make sense for the ice dimensions. It's insane. But go ahead, Brandon. You have more on this than I do.
I even said when the women opened up that the ice sucked. So you can just imagine what it looks like for the men. So not only do we have a small rink, like we said before last week, not only do we have just crappy looking ice, chip marks everywhere, blade marks all across it, faded looking, all that good stuff. We also now, because I forgot about this. I know this was a thing. We forgot about this, but there's no fighting in Olympic hockey also. So that's another thing.
So basically, really, before Brandon continues, international rules are different, but also the Olympics care about. So here's the thing you guys have to understand about the Olympic Games. The Olympic Games are about, and I'm going to quote about this, they're about grace and elegancy.
And you're putting hockey there.
Yes. So hockey is like the least grace and elegant sport in this Olympic Games. And so if you fight somebody, like if you get in a fight, you get a 5-minute major and you're out for the next game. I think you're out for the whole Olympics. You're like ejected. So you can't fight. And that's an Olympic specific. I think it's an international rule, but I don't think it might be.
No, you can find in like the KHL and other hockey leagues. Yeah, but you can't.
No, I'm talking about like country versus country, like a World Cup. I think you can fight. Yeah. I think you can fight in World Juniors, right? We've seen World Junior fights. Have we? We have.
I don't remember.
The wrong person here, bro.
But no. So basically, because the Olympics are elegant, they can't fight. And you know what? We had, and I forgot about international rules because I looked them up earlier in the day, or I saw them earlier in the day before the U.S. played. If you literally just sit in the crease, that's goalie interference, or not goalie interference, like blocking. It's not being shoved. Like if you're just there, because that's what happened with his first goal today that got overturned. He was just in the blue area. If you're in there at any point, doesn't matter if you get shoved or not. It's not a goal. So like there's like very specific rules. Great job by Lafayette challenging a lot of those. But Brandon, I'm actually worried. That first period was not good.
Yeah, it wasn't clean.
Canada played no defense that game this morning. They played no defense at all, but they didn't have to. They were just better. And Latvia's defense was better than Czechia's today, but even so, like Canada had a way better performance today.
But you know what? Like to me, it's like it's two countries that won't be playing for anything, playing against the two pretty much best countries in these games. So, like, it all just comes down to just those two teams playing each other down the road.
Right. Unless Sweden or Finland has something to say about it, which they might.
Yeah, I don't think the Finnish will. Sweden could, but I don't think the Finnish will because once again, one thing about Finland players, no Finnish. But I think that when it comes to like, you know, like the U.S. has an easy group stage. They do.
So does Canada. Canada has Switzerland next, and so they have Canada. Doesn't matter who they play. Canada's going to smack them, so it's fine.
And the thing is, like, for the first game, I'm not too worried. Like I told you, just because it's like the first game is always a feeling out process, especially in the first period of the first game, and that's what it was pretty much for both teams today. And then they found it in the second and third periods. So I think that both teams will get better as it goes on, just barring anything crazy. So I mean, I think if there's any team that can give the U.S. a little bit of trouble in the group stages, it's probably actually Germany. But because Germany seems to be getting better each time they play in these big tournaments, so I think that overall, I'm not too worried. It's too early yet, but I think that the U.S. I think is more skilled than Canada, but I think Canada is just more technically proficient.
That's what we saw today. Yeah, that's what we saw today.
But I think that the U.S. just has more. I think more talent. Overall, it's just a lot of guys. They're just it's just putting it together. I'm glad that after the game that I think the first guy they interviewed was Jack Hughes. He had 2 assists.
Yeah,
my guy. But but at the same time, it was good. Like to win 5-1, to get your first game out of the way, to kind of erase a shaky first period and then kind of settle into the game. Like I think they'll find their footing, and I think they'll be fine. So I'm not too worried just yet.
I have to shout out Damian Clara yesterday. 46 saves how I don't even know how to read these statistics. But basically there was he had 46 shots at his head yesterday. And he had a point.
Where are you looking?
You can read them better than I can. I'll send it your way, Brandon. So okay, go look at that. But
49 shots against 46 saves. So he had basically a 939 save percentage. So he let in 3 goals, but he stopped 46 of 49 shots.
That's what I thought I read. Thank you for confirming that. But that's crazy. This guy's in the Anaheim Ducks organization. Oh my God, Anaheim. You got to go. I mean, that's Sweden. And you're just doing that? I mean, he kept them in the game on Wednesday, yesterday. Just unbelievable. Just beyond unbelievable. So, good job, Anaheim. My God. But yeah, they're so physical. It looks like, and as I said before, the tournament started, they're so physical. It feels like someone's going to fly into the stands because of how small this ice is. Like, physicality that they're doing, like that they're having. This is already faster than a Stanley Cup final, right, Brandon? I mean, this already looks much faster, and they don't have any room for the pace and the speed at all.
Well, I think that's why it looks faster, because there's no room for anybody to move. So I think it kind of looks a little bit faster because the rink is smaller. But we'll see. I mean, the pace of play changes with each team you play. Some teams are going to play you crappy, like a Latvia against the U.S. Hearing my grandfather in the background, I don't know what the hell's going on out there. But yeah, I think that just Germany, the pace of play will probably be a lot different. Like when the U.S. plays Germany, or like when Canada moves on, or if the U.S. plays Canada, that's going to be an interesting game, obviously, because That's your two best teams. They're gonna bring the best out of each other. So the pace of play today looks a lot faster because you're playing. Both those teams are playing two crappy teams. I mean, a lot of teams in the other groups are not really playing anybody great because really hockey is just a U.S. and Canadian sport, and Sweden, and some Nordic countries, but that's it. Everybody else is just too far behind the pack. So, so when it comes to those teams, you want to see those teams play each other. That's your real test. That's where you're going to see the real pace of play. And there goes Rob somehow.
Are you freaking kidding me right now?
Did he just cut out too?
Yep.
Oh, so it's not just my computer.
My connection crashed.
Yeah.
For some reason.
But yeah, but that's just
Yeah, no, Canada has Switzerland left tomorrow, and then France left on Sunday. We have Denmark on Saturday and Germany on Sunday. All the US games are on USA Network for Saturday and Sunday. And then USA Italy on the women's side, the first quarterfinal, or the quarterfinal for the women's run is tomorrow. Not a big deal. The US have won their games by a margin of 4 goals. Yeah. On the women's side, they have just smoked all competition. They're going to handle Italy without much question. We will see US and Canada on the women's side. I almost guarantee you, either in the semis or most likely the final. And Canada will be healthier. Canada the other day, as Brandon, you and I watched, we couldn't take anything away from that game because they were just not healthy. So yeah. That's all I got on Olympics, though. This should be a fun couple more, weekend, but also pretty much last week of the Olympics next week. There's just a lot to look forward to. So I'm excited to see what we get up to next Thursday on the show in terms of Olympic coverage, because there's just going to be a lot of great things on the pike over the next few days.
Absolutely. And we'll also be it's already technically kind of started, but we'll also be a little bit more into the what do you call it? Baseball spring training. So we'll have some.
Okay, wait. Can I ask a question about spring training?
Yes.
Yeah.
Because of the WBC, does spring training matter less for you guys? Because a lot of these guys are going to be jumping to the WBC.
It's never mattered much for me to begin with. I shouldn't say never, but since I've gotten older, it hasn't mattered much for me to begin with. But it definitely matters less. Well, I'll put it this way. The individual games don't matter to me. I think it matters from a perspective of, the players being able to build up. I mean, we saw that it means something in general, a few years ago when we had those guys all getting injured because of the freaking lockout.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm not saying that spring training inherently itself doesn't matter, but I'm saying that the individual games don't interest me all that much. But I do think that it will be interesting to keep an eye on how those players that are doubling as WBC and going over to, playing those games, it will be interesting to me to see how those things progress for those individual players. And if that impacts their ability to perform when they return. But I wouldn't say it matters that much less, but only because it inherently the individual games have not really mattered for me to begin with. But I would kind of differentiate the individual game importance from the importance of spring training inherently.
What I kind of figured out last spring training is that it's a lot more about personnel, right, Brandon? It's more about are your guys healthy?
Yeah.
As Scoop said, people are progressing. Is that basically what it is?
Basically, yeah. You're hoping that when you get the pitchers and catchers reporting and you get the the introductory press conferences for the season, you're hoping that to hear good news from your manager and saying, hey, all these guys are good to go. Yesterday, Aaron Boone said they were all good to go, and then today, Cam Schlittler popped up with a really minor injury, but he tweeted out himself he's fine. He just needs a little bit of rest on it.
Right. It was just last.
Right.
So he's like, yeah, I'm fine. You
have situations where guys are working on, for example, they might be trying out a guy at a new position or a guy maybe trying to add a pitch to his arsenal, one thing or another. Those are the types of things that it's typically, or you may have like one or two guys who may have a chance to snake that last spot on the roster. The Yankees saw that happen with Jordan Montgomery about 9 years ago.
Yeah.
But that's my take on it.
Because
Like,
because
yeah.
with the WBC, I mean, we're gonna care about those exhibition games because we want to see how nasty the USA are gonna smack these MLB teams and Canada for that matter to an extent because they're playing Toronto. But like for that though, like when we hit the WBC, are we gonna care about any spring training games with these
No,
MLB
I'll
teams?
be
Probably not.
watching nothing but WBC. Yeah.
Yeah.
And like I said, inherently the games themselves, I don't really ever pay much attention to begin with.
Yeah,
Um,
and also because of the split squad scrimmages too, I imagine that also makes it less important in a sense.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, you watch the Yankees, half the Yankees playing against the Phillies and half them playing against the Rangers.
Yeah, it's like I love watching Aaron Judge being teamed up with this AA player who I've never heard of before, and it's like, okay, like all
Yeah.
right, like I don't care about this.
But
Yeah,
that
so
being
that does answer the question because I was really wondering how you guys approach spring training, especially
I
in
just
a
don't
year
find
like
more
this.
baseball. Like honestly though, for me, like I wouldn't say I don't care about it at all. Like I look forward to spring training just because I look forward to just the warmer weather coming along.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, but I think that I just love watching, spring ball. I can't get enough of this. Like I said, baseball. Like, for me, baseball. Like I told you guys 1,000 times, baseball was my first love. So for me, baseball is one of those games where it's like I can't get enough of it. I don't care if people say, oh, it's too long or oh, it's too boring. No, it's like stop.
Nah, I'm not like that anymore. I enjoy baseball.
It's like like I love 162. I love the fact that it's that 90% of the season is played in warm weather. I love the fact that like you get games in October when the weather gets a little bit chilly, but not chilly enough. But where it's like and teams things get heightened. Baseball really gets fun in October, as we all know.
Oh yeah,
hell, baseball.
That's what I care about it is October
Really?
because that's when it gets fun.
Realistically, like if you're really a baseball fan, you know that baseball really gets fun actually post All-Star break. That's when it really gets fun.
Well, for me,
Yeah.
for like the All-Star break trade deadline, that kind of like second half of
Exactly.
July.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's like,
Yeah.
I don't blame people for the first month or two not watching because we've seen so many teams in the first month or two play really.
Oh, for crying out loud!
Anyway, but as Brandon was saying, teams play really. There you go. Yay!
But but it's like for the first month or two, we see teams play really bad baseball. But it's like, and then they get really hot at the end and make the postseason and they go on a run or vice versa.
Atlanta.
Yeah.
Atlanta this year. Yeah.
I think this year, I think it was. But it's like, I don't know if did they actually make it? I don't remember if they did.
Yeah.
But I just, so for me, like when it comes to spring baseball, like WBC seasons are awesome. I love WBC seasons, but even when there's no WBC, even when it's just regular, just spring training, I will watch it. I want to see baseball again, period. I don't care what kind of baseball it is. So for me, I'm just like,
yeah. No, sorry. Finish up. My bad, Brandon.
no, but that's as I was just gonna say. Just for me, I love baseball too much to where it's like I know it means nothing overall in the grand scheme of things, and you just want your players to be healthy. But as a baseball fan, and when your basketball team sucks and your hockey team usually sucks, and there's no football, of course I'm gonna watch baseball. What the hell else am I gonna watch?
Yeah.
So
We're really lucky this year how we're shifting through things because Super Bowl shift straight to the Olympics, shift straight to WBC. Shift straight to March Madness, shift straight to NBA, NHL playoffs, and then baseball season starting. But WBC, like last WBC was my first one. And I was texting my baseball friends. I was like, this is great. It's like, I'm like 2 a.m. watching Chinese Taipei and Korea. And I'm like, this is amazing because it's like competitive baseball. It's just good, And so it's nice. So that's the thing.
You're playing for something. You're playing for your country. So
right. So it's like from March like that. I loved it. So it's like for me, WBC years, I'll watch WBC, and then I'll watch a bit of baseball during the season, but then I'll really get into it during the postseason because that's when I'll watch like every game and yeah. So that's how I approach baseball. But But I definitely am gonna start watching a bit more during the summer.
I like what Kenny said. He said, "Who are your sleeper teams this year?" He said, "Orioles?" Question mark. I wouldn't say the Orioles. I
would have
don't-
said that if they got literally any more pitching.
Yeah,
True.
that's my biggest problem is that to me they've got the hitting, they just don't have any pitching. Sleeper teams.
Here's my thing though. Here's my thing with Major League Baseball. How different is this year going to be from last year? Because only a few teams made any significant changes.
Yeah, I don't think
Most
much
teams just
is
kind of
gonna
stayed
change.
packed. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think much is going to change. I don't think. I mean, I think the Cubs will be just as good as they were last year. Dodgers obviously champs. I think the Yankees will probably end up being either first or second in the division like they are every year.
Blue Jays will still be in the mix in that division. I think the Red Sox might get there a little bit.
I think that's the only thing is I can see the Blue Jays after being so close and not winning it. Like we talk about like in football, like it's a little bit different when you're so close to winning it. Usually you can kind of go back. Baseball is a little bit different, but I think when the Blue Jays are so, I think like they were emotionally spent from getting that close that I'm just like I don't think they're going to be as good this year. And I think that and I think honestly, if I'm thinking about a sleeper, don't be surprised if the Red Sox are way better than what they were last. And listen, they made the postseason.
What I like about the Red Sox last year is kind of post trade deadline. They got younger, but they also got better a little bit, right? And so that
got better after moving off of Devers, which nobody expected.
Yeah,
right.
I see Kenny saying not a contender, but White Sox will be better. Murakami should be interesting. Murakami needs to prove he can hit the damn fastball.
Right.
So did you guys hear what happened with Murakami when he got to the White Sox for the first time?
Oh, the bidet thing. That same thing happened. Thing happened with not the bidet thing. What was it?
They misspelled his name on his locker.
That's great.
Oh my god.
Wait. Castellanos getting cut was hilarious.
That was coming eventually. Like, don't get me wrong. I don't hate Nick Castellanos like a lot of people do.
I don't understand why anybody hates him.
Just because he's like AJ Brown. When he's on the money and his talent is up, he's just as Philly as AJ Brown is. Like when he's on the money, he's on the freaking money. But his attitude sucks and his work ethic is even worse.
I didn't realize that.
About him. Also, this is not the 1980s. Why are you bringing her into a dugout?
Yeah,
I can't believe I didn't hear this until today.
Apparently, he thinks he's Josh Beckett.
I know, but the thing, I can't believe that wasn't bigger news when it happened. He's like, he admitted to it today, and I was like, what the hell?
Yeah, so that was weird to me.
Yeah, so I don't know. Phillies are gonna be good. I'm excited to scream about your Yankees with you guys. Mariners, I don't think the Mariners are gonna be that great. I'll be honest. I think last year was kind of a flash in the pan. I'm a little scared. Because keep in mind, as you know, Scoop, the AL West was kind of a mess towards the end of the year, wasn't it? I mean, Houston was kind of there. It's kind of a mess for most of the summer. So there you go. Is he popping back in? Oh my god.
Am I just black screen now?
Yeah, you're just black. Brandon, I'm excited for you to get the new computer because hopefully that will help.
Remember when I pointed to it like a couple like an hour ago? It's right here. It's over my shoulder. It's literally right here.
We can't see. We don't know what you're pointing to.
Well, no, because I did it earlier.
Well, you did it earlier. You just need to set it up, and you wanted to set it up during a time where we had a break, and now we have a giant week-long break after this.
That's the point. Like, this was going to be the last show of this old computer, and now I'm afraid of I need to transfer my data over from this old computer to the new one. I'm afraid the computer's not going to handle it. It's going to crash and die. I'll lose all my stuff because I'm like, what the hell? Like this is like
you got to transfer it to a cloud save first, and then do that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I mean, listen, this is I might as well just do the rest of the show ASMR since I got black screen and stuff like that. Uh,
I don't know. How many
how-
more topics do we have, Scoop? I mean, this
How-
was kind of
how-
our.
how close can I get to my microphone? How,
this
how close?
what?
I was
Don't,
gonna-
don't make out with your microphone. Jesus
Can I-
Christ, man.
Can I swallow the microphone?
Oh dear
No,
God.
dear God. But okay, wait. Quick side topic. Quick side topic. Why do people outside of media circles think that you need to swallow a microphone like this in order to talk to people? I hate this. Everyone outside of media thinks you have to swallow the microphone so everyone can hear you when you can hear me just fine like this. I hate that people do that.
Let's see. Let's see, shall we? Do I come back? Nope.
You're just a giant bee.
It's fine. 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 You can still hear me. It's fine.
You're just a giant bee, bro. Not the B movie B, but like the letter B. You're
Oh, I hope not. Although
The B movie is wild.
Have you guys ever played? Wait, have you guys ever played or searched up the game Bee Simulator?
I know what it is.
It's
I have no clue what
freaky.
you're talking about.
Yeah, I know what it is.
Scoop.
I
I'm gonna send you a Bee Simulator video after we get off. It is the creepiest game I've ever seen in my life. I was like, the bee is so realistic. It looks like it's gonna come out of the screen and sting me. It's so freaky, man. Like, I was like,
Goodness,
what is this, man?
goodness gracious.
My God. You know my favorite simulator. Well, Goat Simulator is obviously my favorite, but my
I'll be
favorite.
back.
What did you say? Goat Simulator?
Have you ever played Goat Sim?
I don't know what that is.
Oh, man.
Oh my God!
I'll be
okay.
back. I'm gonna figure out what's wrong with this computer.
Okay. Okay, Scoop. Goat Simulator is you are literally a goat, and your whole objective is to like mess with people. You have a really long tongue and you like lick people
What?
and people get pissed at you because you lick them and they panic because you're a goat and you can like ride a roller coaster as a goat. You're a literal goat, dude. It is the
What?
best game ever. You are literally a goat and you just run around as a goat and you have a long ass tongue. It is awesome, dude. You should play it. Play
Okay.
Goat Simulator. There's Goat Simulator 1 and they jump to Goat Simulator 3. They skip 2 as a joke. So buy Goat Simulator 3. You're the kind of person that you would buy Goat Simulator and you'll play it for 500 hours. You will love that game.
I just crossed 500 hours on OOTP.
I know, that's why I said it. No, I'm serious. Go on Steam and type in Goat Simulator 3 and buy it. You will love that game.
I'll
You
do,
will
well, I'll do
love it. Yeah.
I'll do it after we wrap up. Is Brandon gonna come back or what?
He's figuring his stuff out. But my favorite simulator, it's online. It's called Rock Simulator. And you know what you do in that game, Scoop? You're just a rock. You just sit there. You don't even move. You try to move and you can't move because you're a rock. There's a simulator There's a simulator for everything, Scoop. There's a dating simulator. Dating sims are weird. Don't ask me how I know.
Part of that.
It's really bad. I Am Bread is a great sim. It's really hard.
Back up. What?
Okay, I Am Bread is really hard. I Am Bread is an amazing simulator. It's a bread sim. You are a piece of bread, and your entire goal is to get toasted. And
So
basically,
I have to write these down. It's I Am Bread. It's the Rock Sim.
No. Don't worry about the Rock Sim. Rock Sim is stupid. Goat Simulator 3.
And what was the Goat Simulator?
Goat Simulator 3 and I Am Bread. I Am Bread is so hard. I played the demo for I Am Bread and I was like, I can't do this. I Am Bread is amazing because the entire point of I Am Bread is to get the bread toasted in different locations. And so you have to figure out how to toast. You have to figure out how to toast yourself. And it's very hard. Because you start from like a really long you start from like a table and the toaster's like across the room. But here's the thing. your edibility meter goes down. So if you fall to the ground, guess what? There's germs. So you have to like find a way to get out of it. But here's the problem though. If you're playing with a controller, which is the way you should play it, there's the triggers are the movements for different pieces of the bread. So the left side is the left trigger, the right side of the bread's the right trigger. It just makes it so hard because you have to figure out how to get the bread to stand, and it's so difficult. But I love I Am Bread. Yeah, I Am Bread's amazing.
Since I'm just a black screen, I'm gonna for the rest of this pod tonight, I'm gonna adopt a nihilist perspective, and because I've been consumed by the void, life has no meaning.
Just while we were waiting for you, Brandon, I was telling Scoop about I Am Bread.
I heard some of it.
Yeah, I Am Bread is amazing. I love. Scoop will hate me for telling him because that game almost made me throw made me throw a bottle of water through my TV. That's how hard that game actually is.
If you want to see how rage-inducing it is, watch all the popular gamers on YouTube play it back when it was coming out, like Markiplier and all those guys. Watch them play it because they freak the hell out over the game.
It's so hard.
Isn't there another one where it's about a fish? Isn't there another one with a fish?
So? I haven't seen that one. Oh, Octodad?
No.
Well,
that's one of them. There's another one.
Scoop. Write down Octodad. You will love Octodad.
I need you to please spell that.
It's Octo, so OCTO, and then Dad.
Oh, duh! It's literally just I Am Fish. It's the sequel to I Am Bread, I think.
I have not played I Am Fish. So Octodad, for some reason, Scoop, you're an octopus with a human wife and 2 children, and the entire point of the game is to hide the fact that you're an octopus to your family until the end of the game, and it's so fun, dude. It is such a fun game, but it's really hard. It's so fun. And then Scoop went out.
What?
Oh my god, what happened now?
I don't know. You went out for 2 seconds.
We've gotten so off the rails.
Anyway, that's all I have today. So
yeah, same here, and I'm not sure how much further we can go with the current situation. So, let's pick it back up next week with spring training, the continuation of the Olympics, and looking ahead to the NFL offseason. So,
oh my God! Speaking of that, did you guys see what Clint Kubiak said the other day on Monday?
I think you told me. So,
yeah, he basically in his presser said, "I got a cup of coffee with Max Crosby, and it was really great." I'm like, what?
I don't remember seeing that one.
I'm serious. One of his press conference things was like, because they asked him about, are you going to trade him? And he's like, well, I saw him in the weight room this morning, and then I got a cup of coffee with him and talked to him. And I'm like, wait, did you get Folgers with him? Did you get Starbucks? Like, what did you get? And by the way, could you imagine getting coffee with Max Crosby? That big of a dude drinking a small cup of coffee would be amazing.
That big and that tatted, the scariest looking white boy of all time.
Drinking a Folgers? I mean, dude.
Oh,
what? It was so good. Anyway, that's a good way to end it.
It is. Brandon, you got anything else before we take us out here?
The void has nothing else to add.
The void.
Okay. And
Brandon Furtado will return in Avengers: Secret Wars. When the void is going to show up
in Avengers, what?
Secret Wars, the second movie after Doomsday. Brandon Furtado will return in Avengers: Secret Wars.
I don't know what's happening.
Watch how crispy I'm going to look next week. Watch.
What?
I just talked about I am bread, and you said, "Watch out, crispy. I'm gonna look."
Okay, I've
You-
completely lost
Oh my
the
god!
understanding of what's happening here.
Because
We'll see
I
you guys.
said I talked about I am bread, and then Brennan said, "I'll look crispy like a slice of bread."
Oh my god, my computer just had a pop-up come across the screen. It's done. It's so done. This thing is cooked.
Wait,
Okay,
what was the pop up? Hold on, I need this.
It was like a malware ad. I was like, oh no.
I'm dying. Okay, the malware ad. Go fix your computer.
There's no point. This is the last time I'm gonna use it. The new one's right here. You can't see me. You can't see me right now, but I am like holding it and stroking it like it's a pet.
Oh my god! Oh, okay, stop! I can't. Oh, I can't breathe.
okay. We got to this. Yeah.
Can I quote that? I'm holding my computer and stroking it like that. Oh.
Meanwhile, while this one's also simultaneously dying in my arms.
Oh my
You
god!
know,
Oh my god, dude, I'm gonna die. Please
you know what
stop.
they say, right? When someone dies, when someone dies, like another baby is born. That's exactly what this is right now. This computer is literally on its last legs, and I'm about to say goodbye to it as a new era.
Dude,
dawns.
my entire
entirely
stomach
lost
is
track of
hurting. I had to take off my entire stomach is hurting. I had to take off my glasses. Oh my god, that was so funny.
An
Okay.
angel's about to get
Oh
a
my
ring
God.
because my computer's dead.
Oh,
Why did you have to do a Beautiful Life reference? Oh my god.
what?
Have you ever? Oh my god, Scoop. Oh
Oh,
no. Oh no.
It's
This
a
is
wonderful life.
it's have you ever seen It's a Wonderful Life?
Yes.
Okay, good. That was what I meant to say. Good. I
Okay.
was gonna punch you through this if you didn't know what that was.
Okay.
Oh my god. Not literally, but anyway.
Yeah.
Okay, this is getting way off the rails.
That's what
We
I
need
keep trying to say. I keep getting rerouted.
to-
all right.
That's
We'll see you
funny.
guys
Can we
next
clip
week.
that?
I don't
All
know
right.
how to, so Shane's gonna have to do that.
Oh my god. All right. Peace out, everybody. Thanks for joining us.
See you guys next week. Same Scoot time, same Scoot channel. Brandon, or the ghost of Brandon.